Big in Tokyo, I wanna be big in Tokyo. Big in Tokyo, I wanna be big in Tokyo. Big in Tokyo, I wanna be big in Tokyo. Big in Tokyo, I wanna be big in Tokyo. Drink all the sake I want, read all the manga I want, wear all the babe that I want, buy all the J's that I want, be with any girl that I want, drive any car that I want. I'm always out of the country, I'm sorry if I ain't home. If the money ain't calling, I never answer my phone. You can see the flow in my chakra, all we smoke is homegrown. You know the boy love ramen, probably sipping on miso. I know a spot that has shield, I got a spot that has deals. Wait till I get a kimono, I'ma swag it out in my dojo. Some girls are asking for a photo, I guess this happens in Kyoto. When you young and popping in Kyoto, I ball with all of my nakamas, I dance with all of my nakamas, I drink with all of my nakamas, yeah. I only listen to Cole, I touch down with peace. Hiro isekai, shinara irekai. You are my enemy, you are no friend of me. You covered in jealousy, we only drink Hennessy. Big in Tokyo, I wanna be big in Tokyo. Big in Tokyo, I wanna be big in Tokyo. Big in Tokyo, I wanna be big in Tokyo. Big in Tokyo, I wanna be big in Tokyo. When I got money, you know it. When you got money, you blow it. How much you caught me a rollie? I'm living like Zach and Cody. Sweet life from young in the OG. From young, we learned to maneuver. I pick up and skirt in a Uber. I grew up with killers and shooters. No tell, but I think I'm cooler. I used to sleep with a deuce. I'm the moon god, got the juice. You switching sides like the man Bruce. Tight circle, cut the loose ends. No, I can go on vacation. You cannot escape from the matrix. I wrote all this shit in the basement. Art is my new occupation. Let's meet up at Kennedy Station. I've been at studio all day. I'd rather just make it the hard way. Sitting back while I'm looking up. Remember backyards cooking up. I just wanna be big. I wanna be big. Big in Tokyo, I wanna be big in Tokyo. Big in Tokyo, I wanna be big in Tokyo. Big in Tokyo, I wanna be big in Tokyo. Big in Tokyo, I wanna be big in Tokyo. Drink all the sake I want, read all the manga I want, wear all the babe that I want, buy all the J's that I want, be with any girl that I want, drive any car that I want. Try any car that I want.
Mr. New York?
Yeah.
Gucci.
Long
Was it good? You gonna see Mile? Or no?
Nah, I haven't had a chance. I mean, I was gone.
Not yet. I'm just saying, do you plan
Oh,
to? Can you? Is it possible?
if I can. Yeah, if it's possible, I would like to. Might not be this Sunday though.
Oh, okay. How long you there for? A week?
No, I'm only here to Monday.
Okay. Still decent. How do you like? Good to get out. Kind of get
Yeah,
out of Texas.
in some ways, yeah. I mean, fucking New York's fucking
Mm-hmm.
crazy when it comes to certain aspects. Like, I would hate the fucking drive here. It's fucking
Oh, you really saying
crazy.
there? That's what's up. I hear you. So you got listening.
So yeah, fucking that and fucking what the fuck else? Like this hotel I'm staying in is fucking mediocre as hell, but
I won't lie to
I
you.
kind of expected that.
If it's all got 5 stars, I'm not going. I'm that guy. I'm so posh. Like, bro, don't. I didn't ask. I didn't say 4.9. I said 5, not 5 stars. I'm not going in there. But
I could
hostel and
definitely not.
motel, you will not see me in there. I rather sleep. I rather just be awake for 24 hours. Okay, I'm not going there.
I definitely would not be here if like my girlfriend or somebody was coming with me. I would not fucking be here. I think I'm okay with it because I'm by myself, but
Mhm.
yeah, it's not great.
East blue.
Nah, yo, giddy.
What's Bob?
Like this is like this type of place that I'm staying in. This is like the type of place you stay in like when the cop fucking leaves the fucking the police force or whatever, and he's staying out of room. And he fucking like trying to
right,
solve the
right.
case by himself.
Like
Like this is the
no.
room I'm standing.
you you gotta you gotta have the board in there with the darts and the connecting lines and threads. It's like,
Yeah.
What was
what
he
was he
cooking?
cooking?
Right. Yeah. Like nigga just fucking doing some
Did
bullshit.
he come? That one's crazy. I seen that one for the first time. I think Laz posted it like days ago. I think Captain Marvel's like choking him. He's grimacing. They're like, did he come? I said, that is insane. But
Very
yeah,
much so.
I recently bought Elden Ring as an early birthday present for myself. You playing anything new? Actually, I kind of am. But when's your birthday? It's coming up. It's coming up. You didn't get you didn't get some like Honkai impact summoning money or something. But Elden Ring's cool. I know Vince liked it. I can't speak on it. But the the newest game that I was playing
Yeah.
was Freedom Planet, Seven Sirens for Shantae, and I guess it would have been the it'll do 2 plus and the cherry. I'm gonna say cherry blossoms, blossom tales. 2. It's the 23rd of this month. Okay, October. Spooky beer, spooky baby. Um, why am I'm forgetting something so major that I was playing a lot of, and I don't know why it's not coming to me. But yeah,
Never
I
mind.
do want to play this game that Simi showed me today called Wave Tail. That looks really good. It's kind of like I don't know the full story or anything. Obviously, it was actually a Google Stadia game. All things considered, it was a Google Stadia game that's coming at the console soon. And like the island that you're on or world that you're in is like submerged under the sea or whatever, and you like guard some lighthouse. But obviously, you're like, I want more to life than just being safe above water. And something I don't know. There's a cutscene where the character is walking on the water because there's some like shadow under her mimicking her every move, and you're moving in and out, up and down the water. She helicoptering her like little. I'm like, yo, this game looks fucking fire. As soon as she went in the water, it turned up. I mean, I'll play it first. I'll play it soon, but if I remember. But yeah, it looks good. Need that, and then I need 9 years of Shadow. I've been hyped for that. That's gonna be good. I'm gonna play that almost ASAP probably.
Oh, 9 Inch a Negro
There you go.
of Darkness.
Yes, sir. You already know. But, but wait, you ever watch Last Kingdom, Vince? By the way, this is random. That was random.
Oh, it's like a Netflix live action. You talking about that one?
Something like that. Yeah, I just I saw Nat post something on thingy on IG, and it had a
I
lot of
think
the
I've watched
actors.
that before. It's been a while though.
It had
Pretty
a
sure
lot
I've
of the
watched something
actors
like
from Game of from House of Dragons in it.
that. Oh,
Not Aegon. You know what I'm talking about? Eye Patch. Eye Patch.
yeah.
Him. He's in it.
Amen.
Amen. There you go.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know what to do with those fucking names. I just feel like A
Yeah,
something.
Aegon, Amen, A, blah blah blah. Yeah,
I've started to describe them by certain like I'm like the one that was beating his meat off the rock out the way. That's how
Oof.
I'm that's how
I
I've been
mean,
having
he
to
was
describe
doing
them.
that.
I said
He
not
was doing
not
that.
Aegon the dragon or whatever, the first Aegon with the dream, the other Aegon, the one who was beating his meat off. Then there's the other one. I'm like, bro, you guys just keep recycling the
Yeah,
same
there's like
three
four of
names.
them. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So if I buy anything Honkai related, there'll be some figures. So what figure you trying to get? I don't think I've ever technically bought myself a figurine yet. The ones that I got were from Simi and whatnot. Yeah. Oh no, East got me one. He got me the Goku one, Kid Goku.
Yeah.
Yes,
I was
sir.
sitting here in our back. I was like, I ain't gonna say nothing, but
I was still thinking. I'm like, I got more than one. So wait, where did they all come from? So yeah.
yeah. Don't let that nigga could get enough shit anyway. Don't let they old geezer get all the good praise.
By the way, I just learned that I didn't know that Thus Spoke Rohan Kishibe was getting English volumes. I just seen that on Twitter. I already bought the first 2 volumes. The second one's not out yet, but I pre-ordered it. I actually like those side stories. They're really good with Rohan. and he's gotten a lot stronger over the years. He's like really good. Like I've always enjoyed all. I know there's still some coming out actually. There's some couple ones. There's that Diamond is Unbreakable one with Whole Horse, but like before Part 4 starts. It's like really weird. I don't know if that's canon though. I haven't checked to see if it's canon, but I know there's that weird one with Josuke and Whole Horse. I'm like, Whole Horse? What? What are you
That's
doing here? Yeah, so can't stay, got work, but yeah, with streamer I appreciate it. But East. That
you're.
movie that movie was probably my favorite movie I watched all year. Honestly.
I I feel it. That shit was like, it's sometimes you can't ask for more, and that's just one of those things. Like,
And the thing
I
about it
ate
is, it's not a
a good.
crazy film. Like
It,
I don't think it tried to do anything super over the top, extravagant, redefine, like it just like, yo, this is a what is it? They're like Brooklyn, like it's a Brooklyn love story, Black Love, Kid Cudi album, cool visuals.
so
And I'm like, this is
I,
fire.
I read a tweet not too long ago. It was like, I'm pretty sure Vince might have saw it. I think I got it from that nigga because he be interacting with those fucking niggas on the TL and shit.
Yeah, he do.
God,
He do be
God,
doing that.
God bless his soul. Yeah, universe bless his soul. But it was like, what's better, a good execute, a simple like story or plot, whatever, than like a great execution or like a unique plot and premise but a poor execution. I think that's how it went. And I think like in this case, it's a pretty simple like plot, nothing crazy or anything. It's just a great execution on all cylinders. Like everything slaps. Like it's not trying to do anything out of this world to be groundbreaking. It's just a simple film, a simple story, pretty
Exactly.
straightforward. No, I love it. I love how they broke it down into chapters. It was really getting me there. I was like, oh, y'all speaking to me, huh? Somebody was out there thinking of me when they wrote this movie.
The It Was Yellow one was the only one that threw me off. I had no idea what to do with that, and when it came full circle, I'm like, really? I was crying. They're like,
Who
did
was?
she remember the emoji? The emoji was
Yeah,
she didn't bother to change the emoji to the black thumbs up, and they're like, yeah, you're cooked.
yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah.
she
It
stuck.
was like
I said, what?
it was yellow.
I said, that's a thing. If she gives me a yellow thumbs up and she black, it's over. I'm cooked.
Yeah, basically, I was like, because everybody got this shit like
M-
saved or
But
audited,
mine's
edited.
defaulted on I like the light skin thumb. I'd have to change it to yellow. I don't know.
See, that's why I was like, yeah, you gonna know you're cooked, bro. You're cooked.
Yeah. Carmen was trifling. I didn't realize that the Spanish girl that was pregnant, that's Vanessa Hudgens, someone told me. I didn't check actually
Whoa,
myself.
really?
That's
Oh
Vanessa. You know
wow.
what I'm talking about? That's her
Yeah,
name, right?
yeah,
That's it, all
yeah.
right?
That's her. One
You know,
of one from my high school musical.
yeah. There you go.
Yeah. Nah, she was one of the best parts of the film, bro. She was just like, yo, dick. She trying to fuck the whole film. She's like, yo, did you
Yeah.
snatch the nigga yet though, for real?
Yeah, and I realized that with a lot of the people they picked, they kind of look like their actors. Because even Jabari looks a bit like Cuddy.
Yeah, that shit was like so like there. I really appreciate Mr. Rager for real.
That's like his like weird like rap ego alter ego thingy that he has in his songs, right? I remember Mr. Rager, so like
Yeah,
that
it's
being like a thing in the actual movie as an artist was really dope. Him drawing it around New York and shit, that was cool. I like that.
yeah, that shit was really cool. And then like how they tried to change. I feel like he was trying to say something when they was talking about changing. You got to change it and stuff like that. Trust me. And the guy was like, trust me, I've been here.
Oh,
They gonna make you change.
light, bright, and white, right? Yeah.
Yeah, like black and white. That shit was fucking good.
I won't lie
But
to you. I
yeah,
watched it like 4 times. I've seen it a couple times. I've seen it a couple times. What's up, Simi?
Hello, you fucking losers. I'm here.
oh.
Y'all gonna let him talk to you like that?
Yes.
It's okay. He knows who hire his protection when he go to work. So it's okay.
He knows who
Like I said,
he knows who's in his city. He ducking him. Long Island, he
Wow.
ducking him.
yeah, he ducking
This
Ryu.
apple ain't so big. I heard Vince say that shit. I heard him.
Wow.
Yeah, he ducking Ryu. That's crazy.
Allah said, "What's up, Simi?"
Hello. I exist.
Yo, I
I
won't lie to
breathe.
you. Wave Tail looking crazy. I just seen your tweet by the way. I didn't know 9 year channel has a demo. I literally might fire that up as soon as I'm done this. As soon as I'm done this stream, I'll fire that up. I do want to play the demo. Um, You know what's crazy? I think like a bunch of the people who are working on the game like the tweet. I didn't realize it till after. I clicked on them. I'm like, who the hell are these people? Like, oh shoot! I seen like Halbert Studio. Like, wait! I'll take it back. I take it back. Do your thing. I won't lie to you. That game looks incredible. Wavetail. As soon as she started moving on the water, I was moved, bro. I said, all right, I'm done. I'm cooked. That's all I needed. I was watching a couple. I tried to squeeze out and find a couple of like reviews that I can. I found them from really small channels or whatever. And from my understanding, and you told me this too, the movement and platforming and stuff and jumping around is the core gameplay and the part that feels like really good and smooth and dope. They say the combat's pretty basic, but it's not like egregious. It's fine.
I mean, it's a fucking platformer. What type of combat do you expect out of a platform? I don't even think that's like worth mentioning. But hey,
I mean, I guess it's one of those things because she do fight things or hit stuff. They're just I guess they'll comment on it. I couldn't tell you. I don't watch a game. I don't really watch game reviews like the way that I used to before. So, and even when I did, I still. It's just funny because like I could like look at a game that I want, watch 9 reviews that say it stink, and just buy it anyways. That's not changing my mind. If I want it, I'm buying it. No one could sway my mind really. It's usually if I find out something like it's a roguelike, I'm like, no, fuck. So
yeah,
yeah, 'cause
yeah. I actually just look at reviews. I'm not even listening to the niggas speak just to see the fucking gameplay clips.
more often than not.
The last time I listened to niggas fucking tell me what games are good, I played Far Cry 2 and Rayman 2, and I almost fucking unalive myself. So
Hey, yo,
never again.
I there's there's a couple of indie ones that I watch pretty often, and I don't have any real opinion on them. They're like pretty inoffensive. I just kind of I was watching, listening, but I don't know. I'm sure you're like me in a sense. You just know what you're looking at this point. You've been doing it long enough. You know what you're looking at. You know what you like. You know what you want. You know what you don't want. And no amount of oh this and that and blah, 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 it's gonna sway you. You like your shooters. I like to jump to the left and the right. Like everyone got what works for them. Like I said, Sonic Boom's the last the last bad game I ever bought when I got tricked. I've never been tricked since. And that was like 2014. So it's been like I don't know, it's a couple years, 8 years, something like that. I
Yeah,
can't math.
couple years.
Yeah,
It been a long time.
yeah. But I definitely want Wavetail. I was trying to find out when it was gonna come on a console, but yeah, I know you can laugh at me for Sonic Boom. I deserve that. You should roast me for that one. I deserve it. I deserve to be clowned. 'Cause he said, "Yo, he got the bandages on his foot. Knuckles kind of swole." I thought this shit was gonna be so gas. I, I couldn't. I turned that game on. I was like, speaking of Sonic, I watched a combat upgrade trailer today for Sonic Frontiers. I still want it. I'm gonna get it at some point. I just might have to again. I think I'm still gonna take a wait and see approach. I'm gonna come out. I'm gonna gaze upon the landscape, see what's going on, and then keep it pushing. But Freedom Planet will be beaten this weekend for sure.
PC Game already got their review out for the game, and whoever reviewed it said they don't like it. That means absolutely nothing to me
So
because
it's also Sonic. So
yeah, they notoriously hire burgers whose fucking opinions just absolutely offend me. So
mm,
yeah, that don't really mean nothing to me at all. I'm still buy it. I don't know about full price, but I'm gonna buy it regardless.
yeah, I got you. Um, and then I didn't know that Gotham Knights was already out, but that's out. I didn't know. I heard no noise. Like you said, I didn't hear anything bad, but I'm like, oh wait, this dropped. Oh shoot.
I knew when it was gonna release, but yeah, not a single person is on my timeline playing it.
I guess from the little bit of research that I looked at, it seems that the main issue seems to be that there's no local co-op. So you kind of like, if you came to my career, we couldn't just play, which is I think it's still kind of dumb. But I guess I somewhat understand it. But if I remember correctly, especially with PS4, doesn't the PS4 controller keep your data? Because I remember bringing my PS4 controller to places and I had my save files for certain games or something like that. I don't know. Maybe I'm
You would know
misremembering
better
that.
than me. I have not taken any bit of my PS4 anywhere outside of my fucking house.
Mm, okay. I wonder how Sonic Frontiers are going. I think the game looks good, honestly. I don't think it looks bad. I just need more. I want more. I just want to kind of wait and see. I don't want to rush into it. Um, but Sonic was going crazy with one of those moves. You were teleporting all over the place and stuff. So yeah, Critical Role fell off. Now I fall off to bed. All right, man. Take care. I like the Vox Machina show. It was good. I'll talk about it in a second, a little bit. But shit, what was I talking about before about the Sonic?
What were you saying?
Um, Gotham Knights.
Oh yeah. The yeah the main problem seems to be that whatever I said before. Did I finish my thought?
No.
So the first issue I think was that. Oh yeah, local. Yeah, I did it. You can't play local co-op. So people are like, no. I'm like, they're like, no, whatever. And the second one is that they I guess is that no one knows if it's canon, non-canon, its own separate side story, or connected to the Arkham games because Batman I guess dies in the end of the last one or whatever, the tank simulator one. I didn't really play that like that. The last one I didn't like it. So but like the way he quote unquote dies in this one is not consistent with that one. So I guess the whole hubbubaloo is it in the same universe? Because from my understanding, if I remember correctly, is the other one was in that universe. The Kill the Justice League or something like that, Suicide Squad, whatever.
Yeah.
That one I think is supposed to be in that same universe, right?
Is it? You tell me. I actually don't. I actually didn't know people cared
Okay.
about that.
hmm
I was automatically assuming that they're both separate entities.
Okay. I don't really care if they are the same or not though. Like that's not important to me. I just want the game to be good. I don't really care.
Yeah, I didn't even know people was moving like that, thinking that was gonna be a part of the Arkham series. I thought that was been done and over with.
Mm. Well, I guess we'll wait and see. We haven't gotten any extra news on the other one though, right? The Suicide Squad one. But
Yeah,
that one. That
not at
one.
all. So much so that I completely forgot it even existed.
Mhm. What can he do? What can he do? I'm also super excited for the DLC for JoJo All Star Battle R. Risotto being the first character, so I hope Metallica goes crazy. I'm trying to. It's actually kind of funny. I think a lot of I don't think are any of the Part 5 characters bad. I don't know, maybe Mister. I don't know. I don't know about Mister. Because Mister actually has this shit. If you have 4 bullets, you fucking fuck yourself up because of because it's a curse number to him, and you get debuffed. I'm like, I'm not trying to use this fucking burger. Yeah, I know how to
Mm.
like Mister. I'm sorry, I don't fucking like it. I don't care. He died. He died on that train in my heart. That's my canon.
Mm.
He emptied the chamber in his head. I'm like, yo, he faked being old. Like that was you disrespected the grind. That's my problem. That like I would have died as a stand user. He would have got me. I was like, oh, crazy. Oh man. Stat after my doing all my rereads, I stand by the fact that part 5 has the best stand battles. I agree with that. I think it does. It has the best minor antagonist. It's not the best part though. It's my least favorite, but I still agree with that. Even Narancia actually doesn't have any bad fights in my opinion. His fight
The
against Squalo and Tizanio, Clash of Talking Head was really good. I forgot how good that was. It was really good.
the best stand
Yeah.
battles, huh?
Yeah.
Mm.
That's just my opinion.
I mean, who else would it
I
be?
think 3 has is kind of a prototype. So like as much as I like it, I just think that he had some kinks to iron out, so to speak. I like 4. I have no issues with 4 really. I think 4s are pretty good, all things considered. I just think 5 is like real like Bruno Bucciarati's all of his go crazy.
Can make.
Um, I think La Squadra they're just really good. Like they're just awesome. I don't think I personally don't think there's really a bad La Squadra fight. I'll like Man in the Mirror with Fugo. Whatever. That one's okay, you know. But and I know Pat doesn't like the what's it, Malone? Di molto. He doesn't like him. He's like that one. That one I'm okay. I'm okay with you not liking because I understand his frustration because like his niggas are like right over there and Giorno's fighting for his fucking life and they're in seeing distance. You don't see him fighting for his life, bro. So yeah, Part 5 has a lot of things about it that I like. It's just that ending is just in Diablo just not moving me. So, but yeah, Risotto gonna be nice. I really want them to add more Part 8 characters. If you're gonna let's just say the last, I think there's four DLC characters we know we're getting at least for the first season. In your opinion, who would you add? It's only Josuke is there right now. He's the only representative of Part 8. Who would you add?
Shit, that is a very good question. Who the fuck would I add? Well, I mean, even though we don't like the fucking groomer,
Toru.
I think he should be in it.
Okay.
Actually,
Nigga just
honestly,
walks. You think a step before my piano flying to you? Are you pursuing me?
I mean, well, actually, it could be like his addition could be like two different things, not two different slots, but like could play as Toru himself. But then they could have like a additional boss battle in arcade mode or whatever, where you fight fucking just his standalone, and it could be like a fucking special boss. You gotta do some special fucking requirements, because since that's how it went in the actual manga, since we first had to pursue him but not pursue him type beat before we actually fought him in the fucking driveway.
Mm-hmm.
I think that would be cool. But let's see.
Are you
Shit.
pursuing? Are you pursuing me? Why don't you pursue some bitches?
Shit. Who the fuck else would I have?
I think Toru makes sense. Plus Toru, you have to have him, in my opinion, just because every part does have the main JoJo and main like antagonist of the part. So I don't think you could remove that. I actually no, don't do that. They shouldn't do that. That's not a good idea. Actually, I was thinking if maybe they added soft and wet go beyond, but I guess you don't gotta do that. That's a
I mean,
little
well,
bit.
it could just be like a mode that you could enter, like fucking uh journal sort of.
They would probably
But
have to rework him because he does already have two. Because you're right, there are characters in the game that their specials are transformations. Like Cars, his like level 2 is him putting on the mask with the super agent in it, and then actually like turning into ultimate Cars. But it takes like a a long amount of time that the chances of you pulling it off is slim to nothing. Would you add part 8 Kira with the bubble stand, or maybe make him like, or would you just make an outfit for like part 4 Kira or something?
I mean, honestly, I would love to just have freaking one character have take up more than one slot. They have a completely different move set, a la Tenkaichi.
Mhm.
But we the game not moving like that, so probably just for this specific into this environment, just a costume as a different color, as the FGC fucking calls it.
Okay.
But I'm thinking like I think Jobin would be nice, but like, do Jobin got hands like that? Like, I'm trying to figure out like how his actual move set would be.
You probably have to be more Speed King Heat related because he hasn't thrown too many punches in hands like that. But maybe you could do something like, I don't know, one of his moves are related to the Beatles. We can make that work. I hear you though. I was trying to figure out what you can do with Jobin, kind of, because I really want Tamaki Namo to be in it, the vitamin C user, because that's one of I think that's one of the best battles. I just don't know how that would work.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, cause a lot of the characters, they wasn't throwing hands like that, or just really had like one fight or one encounter. So I'm having a hard time trying to think like how would we incorporate that with the current game's mechanics.
Because the one who was really beating niggas' asses was fucking Joseph Fumi. He was
Yep.
throwing hands. She was murdering rock niggas in on the daylight. Would you add the Aphex brothers maybe? The rock niggas? Would you add
Oh
them?
yeah, them two ugly ass niggas. Shit.
Yeah.
Ah, shit.
I don't know with her fucking long heels, but I don't know. You're
Yeah,
right
she
though.
don't
Oh, you know,
fight.
I'm stupid. Rai Mamazuka would be good with doggy style. He's fought. We see them like it's like a kind of like his own version of Stone Free with the unraveling. He'd work. He'd
Yeah.
work. Get doggy style in there, baby. I don't think you need too many characters from this part. I'll take 3. I'd
Honestly,
probably also add Yoshikari Kira. It'd be interesting if they had a Joseph Fumi maybe, just like actually the old version of Soft and Wet. That could be cool.
mhm.
Joseph Joestar at
part
the end. I don't know. Maybe we'd see enough. Maybe let me not say that.
part eight honestly deserve his own fucking individual game, like 1 and 5 got. I think that would be the fucking coolest.
Mhm.
If we get our own game, that's like so pretty much like a fucking 3D beat 'em up. Like the story mode just goes through the battles and shit. Like the part 1 and 5 PS2 games. I think that would be fucking really cool since those fights are so dynamic and shit. They wasn't just straight up hands like the previous parts.
Mhm. That's fair. And if I remember correctly, the part that added the least amount of characters with like I think they added anybody was part 2. I think part 2 you can probably add a couple more people maybe. I don't remember exactly who's there. It's Joseph, Lisa, ACDC, Cars, Wamu. Is that it? Oh, Caesar.
They
Jesus
even have
Christ.
fucking
Caesar.
Caesar.
Caesar. I'm sorry. Caesar. I think it's those 6. I want Stroheim. Okay?
I was about to say,
I need Stroheim.
yeah, Stroheim could work.
Add Stroheim. You could add Santana. I wouldn't bother, but you could if you really wanted to. Just have all the Pillarmen there. I wouldn't add him there. I'd actually add Straits. So I'd add him. I actually have him. I actually want him in part 1 and maybe the vampire version too. I'd probably add Straits honestly. Anybody else in part 2 that I'm thinking of? Would you add Loggins or Messina? Lisa's little. I call them her sex slaves. I know they was digging her back out. I know they was digging her back. You can't convince me otherwise. They was beating them trees. What's up, Alan? When did you come in? What's up, bro?
Yeah, nah, they could be just fucking a part of a fucking certain stage or whatever.
Mhm.
They not getting
You
a
need
whole
Stray Cat, but
fucking
Stray Cat's a part of Things mom moveset though. Yoshikawa Kira when he's in Thing's body, he has the bubble like you could shoot the invisible bomb. So Stray Cat's kind of incorporated into his moveset, not and into his special already. But I hear you. You want bug eating? You want the rat? Iggy pet
shit.
shop and the rat?
We need all rats. We need a rat for part 4.
Oh shoot! There's actually 2 rats in that part. I always forget there's 2. There's 2 of them. There's the one they kill in the house and the one that they kill at on the hill when Jotaro was walking towards it because he can't heal. So he's like, you have to hit it with the thing, Josuke.
So we need rat season.
What else was I gonna say? Friggin' oh, I haven't redone my reread. There's a part in part 4 that killed me. Killed me. Josuke's playing video games, and his mom's like, "Go do your homework," and he's like, "I never got this far before. I need to keep going. I need to place a completion, or I won't be able to live with myself as a man." And she just starts kicking this nigga in his back, and then with each kick, it's gonna get harder and harder. And she kicked this nigga basically to the TV, and he lose the game. I'm like, why? Yo, that shit was so funny to me. That was some shit I could see my mom doing to me. That's why I was crying. That's black parenting 101. I said, turn that shit off. I'm gonna play the game. And then after for some reason I thought the Red Hot Chili Pepper arc was a really big deal. It like really isn't. Kiro's not raw. I don't know why in my head that arc went crazy. Like, oh yeah, this is like the first half super main antagonist until Kiro come. Like, no, it's not. This nigga's a burger. He murdered the Nijimura brother. He run away. He did Jotaro. Oh, better leave, And Jotaro's like, nigga, no. So he like hides. Then he pull up on Josuke. I've been powering up. I can beat you. Josuke fold him. Never mind. He cut. I'm like, wait a minute. He kind of pull up on Osayaku. He outsmart him. He escape into the thing. Josuke beats him on like the wharf or like the little warehouse part in the wharf when Joseph Joestar's coming. He beat his ass. He get distracted. He look. He not there. He go onto the boat to kill Joseph, and Okuyasu just punch him. I'm like, this nigga stinks. You do nothing. I can't believe in my head he was so raw. He's not that nigga. Josuke stopping at that Bozo in the hospital was peak. Oh yeah. Highway Star. That was really good.
That's one of my favorite fucking JoJo moments. Period.
Yeah. How he healed the man up to put him back in there. I'm like, yo, that's crazy. Diamond. Yeah, that was good though. And then part 5, I still kind of feel similarly about that. Endgame is just dog shit. And Polnareff lived a hard life, bro. I'm not trying to be a turtle, bro. What the fuck are you guys talking about? You gotta let me go. You gotta just throw me in a fire, stomp on me, something. I'm not being a turtle, nigga. That's not what. The fuck? I don't know. Alan, you getting wave tail? Is he there?
Oh no, I'm here, bro. What's up?
You getting wave tail, bro?
Shit. Yeah, I actually might. That should look
Yeah.
good, but when I checked it said that it was only on Google Stadia, so I didn't know
It
what
comes
else
to
it came out
it
on
comes to
yet.
consoles later. I don't know when. I don't think it's out yet. Just gotta be patient for that one.
Yeah, I'm gonna get it though. That should look cool.
Mm-hmm. And Vince, one of my other boys, he actually likes Temtem, so I might actually play it like beginning of next year. That's kind of what I want to start. I think in January. I don't know if he's still there. But
Oh, okay.
we're gonna hop on the Temtem wave, see what's going on with that. With these monster
Yeah.
teamers, there's one more monster teamer game I have to play. I haven't checked on some of the ones that were coming out, like Kindred Fates and stuff like that, and stuff like that. I gotta look at it again. It's been a while. As I check, I gotta do my video game rounds. That's
Gym
real.
leader Ed, keep it posted.
I feel that. That's who I watch. He's from my city.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, he's a bus driver. Well, he was last time I checked. He's a TTC driver. I remember because he said, "Yo, I'm gonna be cheese." I'm like, "Yo, you're from Toronto?" Because I've never heard any other place say that when they're angry. Like, "Yo, I'm cheese, fam." Said he's gotta be from here. Our slang is stupid. Making no sense.
Nigga said cheese.
Is Temtem oh fuck, I forgot my word.
It's done.
Crossplay.
Oh, crossplay? That's a good question. I don't know. That's funny. I honestly think everybody asked me that, and I've never had the answer for literally any game ever. Not once. Is it crossplay? I don't know. Is it crossplay? I don't know. Naya, was Catch the Rainbow raw to you? In the arc? Catch the Rainbow. What are you talking about? Catch
Google help.
the rain. Jojo. Yeah. Okay. See that. Okay, so that's one part. It's funny. I was thinking of Blackmore. But like, is that what it was called? That's just the stand where he was walking on the arena and stuff. It's cool. I think it's cool. I don't know if it's like actually that strong. I don't remember how did he lose again? I don't remember how he lost. That's the crazy part. I think he was looking for Lucy, the traitor, when she did her little stunt with hot pants in the cream starter when she was faking being the president's wife. He didn't care that bitch died. That shit was crazy. He was so unmoved. I like Blackmore. That's cool. I think walking on raindrops is cool. I don't want that stand though. I want my own stand. I want to stand like a where. I like those ones. I'm trying to fight with my stand too. I like people who fight with their stand. That's why Jolene Raw. Should be throwing kicks. Did any of you guys watch the 1,000 Year Blood War episode or not?
Yeah,
Was it good?
yeah, it was nice.
I heard everyone that I spoke to said it was really well done, and it looks
Yeah,
and it looks a lot like more like the manga and stuff. And Pat was telling me they corrected a lot of the stuff, like Orihime's eye color and things of that nature. So he's wondering if I guess in my head I didn't remember this, but as soon as he said it, I thought about there's one bleach color spread in the manga with all the women on the beach. That's like clear in my head. And I'm like, you're right. Rangiku's a blonde. She's not orange haired like Orihime, but in the anime they made her orange haired, right? If I remember correctly. So maybe they corrected that too.
well, I just know Kubo was heavy on the supervision this time and correcting a lot of shit. So I'm pretty sure a lot of things would be added and corrected.
Mhm.
Which is why I kind of think back, it makes sense why he just dropped the Hell Arc one shot and just dipped. But now I was thinking back, he was heavy on the anime and like fixing a lot of shit. So
Someone was telling me that Kubo was planning to like flesh out, elongate, and fix up some scenes in the anime
yeah,
version. I never confirmed it. I just saw it through the grapevine. And you think I believe anything I see on Twitter? I don't believe that shit. I can't wait for the added and extended flights that the Kubo promised in the read it. Oh, so it's an interview. I'll check it out. So what's up, Reaver? I'll check it out at some point.
No, I'm just here because I saw my boy Ichigo in a thumbnail, and I said, "All right, Naya's talking some Bleach, so I got to get in here."
Yeah, how do you like the episode? I know you watched. I know you
Yeah,
watched.
it was fucking fire, man.
How many times did you watch
Like,
it?
I watched it 3 times. 3 times.
Yeah, I know
Not
you
gonna
watched
lie
it.
to you.
I
Three
knew.
times,
I
and
know
I'm
you
gonna
know. I
watch
know you
the
didn't watch it
goddamn
once.
fourth. Listen, I'm gonna tell you why. Because like let's be real. Number one, we've been waiting as Bleach fans. Bleach fans have been waiting for this shit to come back for a decade, give or take, right?
You all didn't deserve it. I'm kidding. Go ahead.
So we're happy that it's come back in any format whatsoever. Did it deserve to come back this fucking hard? No, it didn't, but it did. It came back hard. There is not a complaint. There is not a like. How would you complain about this episode? I don't understand. Like, there's zero complaints in this episode. It follows the manga. Like, it takes away nothing from the manga panels. It only adds them. In fact, the Yamamoto noticing that Chodri's Bankai was activated in the distance. That was an added thing in the anime. That's fantastic because that actually adds to the fact that he acknowledges, oh, I noticed my lieutenant's Bankai has been activated, blah blah blah. That was not in the manga. That's a good addition. The fact that it's now at nighttime when Ichigo and the gang fight all the hollows. Number one coming back in that remix style. Like
Yeah,
I got zero issues with this shit.
that OST is like really good. Like, it sounds really good. Like I like that song because I remember when because I wasn't gonna bother to watch it like immediately off rip like that because I can't be trusted to. I do want to watch it. I go on my own whim.
No,
But
listen.
I wanted to check to see if there was an opening or ending. But I'm like, you know what? It's the first episode, and sometimes they don't play an opening or ending in the first episode because I couldn't find it. So I paused
Yeah,
episode 2 to get
no,
it.
I was actually I want to ask you about that because when you and I were growing up, you remember episode 1 had an opening and ending. Nowadays, episode 1 of a season, a new series, whatever, is they play the episode, no opening. The opening is at the end, and then the second episode we get the opening from the ending of the first episode. I don't like that.
Really?
Like, give me my goddamn opening in the first episode.
It doesn't. As long as I get the opening at some point, it doesn't bother me. It's. I do think that when we were growing up and stuff, it was more common to just see it. Like you said, sometimes you see it at the end, but there's times where I watch episodes of stuff and it's just it's just the episode. There's no The credits will play instead while the episode is ending instead of actually adding an opening or ending theme. I've always been okay with
Fair
that
enough.
because I think with the first episode, sometimes if you want to kind of like maximize as much of the story you can tell and get out there, I can kind of understand because a lot of shows do a lot of different things. Because I remember for Fate Zero, Simi, it was like a 40-minute episode, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it
See,
was like
yeah,
42 minutes.
yeah. Like sometimes they just do a little something different, and I'm okay with that. Like I
No, I just mean that everybody seems to be doing it in this day and age. Like even the Amazon Prime Rings of Power does it, Game of Thrones does it. Everybody seems to forgo the first episode opening theme
I don't
for the
watch the Ring a
second
Ling a Ding Dong. I watch that shit. I know that. I
episode.
know in my heart it's garbage. You cannot
Wait, what?
convince me otherwise.
What's garbage?
I
Wait, what?
know that. I know the Rings of Power is not a good show. I don't
No,
believe.
hold
I
on,
know
hold
it's
on.
not.
Listen.
I don't believe you.
I thought the same thing. I
I don't
thought the
believe
same
you.
thing.
I don't believe you.
I have
I don't
just
believe you.
recently
I don't believe
watched
you.
the first 2 episodes,
I don't believe him.
and I hold on, hold on. I'm just saying, I've watched the first 2 episodes, and I'm sitting here and I'm going, and I saw all the Facebook shit. I saw the Instagram shit. I saw all the crap where everyone was saying this is trash, this is this, and it's racist, and it's this, and
I
it's
haven't seen any of
whitewashing.
that. I just
Oh,
know it's not good.
but I looked at it and I went, how is this bad again? Like I watched 2 episodes and I was wishing that I didn't have to go to work the next day because I wanted to watch episode 3.
I'm happy
That
for
is
you,
literally how it felt.
but I still know
Listen,
it's garbage.
after I'm done talking to you, I'm gonna go watch episode 3. I'm talking to you. I'm
I'm proud.
serious.
I'm proud of you. I'm not watching
No,
that shit.
it's not that bad. Like, listen,
That's not.
is it
Why do people do that? That's not how you sell something to me. It's not
no.
that bad. I
It's not
don't
a
want to watch something
masterpiece.
that's not that bad.
No, here's the
I
problem.
want a
Here's the problem.
masterpiece. That's what I'm trying to see. Or
Rings
else I
of
don't
Power,
want it.
Rings of Power is based on the fact that Lord of the Rings by Peter Jackson is a fucking masterpiece, and everyone is going to compare it to a masterpiece. It's never going to do that.
I'm not doing that. That's the thing. I'm not doing
No,
none of that.
I know you aren't. But
I
the
know. I
majority,
could see how they're marketing it. I know
exactly.
how these type of people write stories and try to placate to and pander and infantilize groups and be patronizing. It's not moving me. I'm not.
Oh,
watching
y'all
it.
just reminded me. So, when I was on Prime Video,
Mhm.
looking gotta do one with my sister, watch fucking One FC. She
Mhm.
saw that Diary of a Vampire got a fucking new live action adaptation, and the first thing she saw, she was like, "Yo, I don't recall there being any fucking black vampires."
Mhm.
I started laughing. And she actually read this source material up because I believe it was the first adaptation was a movie. I think it was. But she was like, yeah, because I specifically remember the main character describing the vampires as pasty and blotchy skin.
Mhm.
So fucking where black vampires coming from and whatnot. She was saying that the exposition used to describe the vampires said that they was fucking pale, that they didn't have no fucking melatonin to begin with. I said, well, you know what year you living in? It's 2022. We need our tokenism. We need our representation.
Not only that, I'm gonna admit to you, once I'm done watching this shit, I'm gonna make a video on this because I was in that camp. I was in that camp because I'm a hardcore. My dad read me The Hobbit when I was fucking 6 years old, man. I was in the 90s, okay? He bought the books. He's got a signed copy from Tolkien from 1933. So I ain't fucking around with the lore of the shit and what skin color is supposed to be skin color, right?
That just means you're not a real fan. I'm kidding. I'm talking
Yeah,
so much.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
talking so. I'm
We,
talking
we
shit. I'm
are real
talking shit.
fans.
I'm.
But here's
I'm
the
not.
deal.
I'm not. I'm a fake. I'm a fake Tolkien fan. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, but see, I'm a real Tolkien fan, and I admit I'm white, I'm blue-eyed, blah blah blah, all that bullshit. But here's the deal: is that people got so butthurt over this shit that I sat back and I said, "All right, put it on." And you know what? It did not take me out of the immersion whatsoever. Do I wish that they would acknowledge, because There's literally in 2 episodes. Now, once again, I've only watched 2 episodes. There's apparently 8. But I watched 2 episodes and only one black elf. Do I wish they would acknowledge it in some magical way and say, "Oh, you're a rarity. Maybe it's the Valinor sun or blah 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 or something." Like, do I wish they would acknowledge that he's randomly the only black elf out of all the white elves? Yes. I hope and wish they will acknowledge that in future episodes. I hope for that. I don't care what bullshit they make up to explain it, but I want them to acknowledge it in universe. But if they
I'm gonna say
don't,
what Omar said. People need to understand that characters don't need to be a certain race to be relatable. Because half the black characters that they put in these new shows, I don't relate to these fucking burgers. They're herbs. They're not me.
I
They're not.
mean, yeah,
They're not representative
exactly.
of me and the
But
things that I believe in and I stand for. I still relate
but
with
but
Clark Kent way more than half these fucking niggas they put on the screen. And by the way,
yeah, but
I don't even care about none of that stuff because I'm not a Tolkien diehard lore. I don't know the lore like that. So I'm not even like a super
no,
fan.
but
I
but
just
not but
the
not
people that
not
I trust who are like they can recite that text by like off the top of their head. They're like, bro, this shit is just beautiful, but it's boring. Nothing happens. And Gladriel, right?
Galadriel.
Yeah, Galadriel. They're
Galadriel.
like apparently she is an insufferable Karen, and they can't stand her. And
Yeah,
she and
but
they're like how
those
she
once
and they're
again,
like
that's what pissed me off.
mm,
I watched all the people. I watched all the people. I read all those works back in the 90s. These people that claim they're Tolkien like lore experts, they know fuck all because Rings of Power is literally word for word what Tolkien wrote. If you would actually sit down and read what he wrote in 73 and 69 and 63, then Galadriel is a perfect representation. But people will not read all his writings. They'll
that's not what I heard.
selectively, it's like the Bible, Naya.
Mhm.
People will select, oh, I like this one arc about being homophobic. They'll grab it and they'll throw it. You know? They won't read the other 9 passages
What
about
did you
slavery and
just
all this
call
other.
a arc in the Bible? That's fucking hilarious.
No, but
Some
what I'm saying is, you know what I'm saying? Like, you take
I don't, but actually no, actually
no.
I do. I know
You take
I know what you mean. I know what you mean. Actually,
listen.
like,
You got a book with 30 chapters, right? You got a book that has 30 chapters. You take one chapter out of it and you preach it like it's the only chapter that matters. You don't read the other 29 chapters. That's the problem with these Tolkien experts.
listen, at the end of the day, I'm happy you're having a good time. I just want everyone to know I don't believe them when they tell anyone who only like 3 people who told me the show was good, and I'm just like I don't believe you. That's all. That's all I'm saying.
It's
You
it's a
can't
good
convince me.
show. It's a 7 out of 10. I'll give you 7 out of 10.
That's not good enough. I don't want to watch that. I need an 8.
All right, and then that's fair. If you're not a huge like,
House of
I
the
would argue,
Dragon, it's gonna fall off in a season or 2,
no,
but right
listen,
now it's good. I don't believe they're not gonna maintain quality, but
you're not a you never read the books, right?
no, I read them when I was younger, and I watched I almost said Peter Dinklage again, Peter Jackson
Peter
trilogy,
Jackson.
and I never finished The Hobbit. But I
Okay,
wasn't into high fantasy stuff when I was younger though, so
right.
you have to take that with a grain of salt. Back then, I didn't like this genre like that. I grew
And I
into it,
will.
and I grew a greater appreciation for it the older I got because I was always a more like futuristic guy, like space and sci-fi, and especially like cyberpunk and shit. That's always been more of my forte.
Yes, absolutely, it has been. But all I'm going to go off of is if this is more for Tolkien fans than anybody else. As a huge Tolkien fan, this is a 7 out of 10. For non-Tolkien fans, I'd say it's probably a 5.
I like the
I
Denji
think that,
Denji's.
but I
I don't
still
like the
think it's
Denji.
it's visually a beautiful show. I don't think anybody can deny that.
That is how I've heard it be described before. A beautiful boar.
Yeah, but think about it this way, Naya. How often have I argued that One Punch Man only gets fucking notoriety because of the beautiful art? and everybody calls me a trash fucking reviewer as a result. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it's
Like,
funny. I'll be laughing.
it's funny. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Demon Slayer has great animation. It's a 5 out of 10 manga story. It's mediocre at best, but all of a sudden it gets a great studio making crazy ass great animation. All of a sudden, Demon Slayer's 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
Imagination going crazy.
That's what I'm saying.
Imagination no Yaiba goes stupid dumb. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what I'm saying. I'm not about to accept One Punch Man Demon Slayer if you're not about to
You
accept.
just reminded me
Wings
that
Back.
I have to watch Mob Psycho. I keep forgetting the third season came out.
Yeah,
Apparently,
actually, I'm about to hit my 1,000 because I'm about to hit 900, and once I hit 1,000, I promise to actually watch Mob Psycho.
Shit.
So,
Let's get you there.
yeah, I gotta watch the whole thing, and I gotta react to it, and I gotta do all that shit. I promise. I said 1,000 before 2023.
Let's go.
And
we're gonna get you there. I'm gonna put
yeah,
out a blast.
yeah, that's what I said. I said before 2023, if I get 1,000 subscribers, then I'll react to every episode of Mob Psycho.
I gotta reread some of the One Punch Man stuff because you were the one that was telling me that they redraw the chapters and redo stuff and change certain things, and I don't know what, like, I jumped into a random chapter and, like, I swear this didn't happen in in one's version, so I don't even know. So
It didn't.
I gotta go back to, like,
No, here's the worst part.
the Garo
They'll
stuff.
like one will draw, or Murata will draw a chapter like in May of this year, right? It'll happen, a battle, whatever. And then tomorrow, he will drop a chapter redrawing that entire thing with new characters, new outcome, new everything. And I'm sitting back going, where's the integrity? I don't understand. Like, why am I reacting to a chapter in May if it's going to change in October? Because there's no tension, there's no consequences, there's nothing. Because if Murata can change shit on a dime, I have no reason to react or care. I'm
with you. I don't think I like that. I don't know if that's like I'd be scared of that becoming a precedent. So I hope that, like, nobody follows suit. Because I understand that, if I remember correctly, sometimes for volumes they might add something or change something depending on where in the world it's going or if there was a mistake or whatever. But I don't like the idea of you just be able to kind of on a whim be like, you know what, in March when I did this? Oh, nah. Oh, you just changed that? Like, no, I don't know if I'm fucking with that. That's not moving me. Get that fraud out of here. We've drawn One Punch Man as 2-pack of ass. I don't have any heat with One Punch Man to that degree. I like Mob more, personally speaking, as far as one's works goes, but I don't have no real heat with One Punch Man. I just thought the gimmick got old a little bit for me. Like,
without Garo, I mean, what are we doing?
I don't even remember. I think that's the last thing I really read when I read the original one how many years ago. Like, I think it ended with the Garo losing, and then I don't remember what happened after that.
Well, you remember now when you and I were doing the Boris Hat podcast?
Oh my goodness!
Remember how? Remember a lifetime ago?
I know.
Yeah, good times, good times. But do you remember a lifetime ago when Seven Denizens was good?
I do.
Feels like the same thing with One Punch Man, man.
Oh man,
it's like I had to drop it, and people are giving me shit to this day because I dropped it. I refuse to react to this bullshit because I'm just, as I said, I'm sitting here and I'm looking at chapters that are just like, I don't know if this is going to change in 6 months from now. So the tension is lost. We might complain about Oda fucking up shit and Kubo and Mashima and all these, right?
Don't start on that nigga Oda.
Exactly.
He's very unserious.
Yeah. But at least Oda, when he says he's redrawing something, he redraws Kaido's legs. He doesn't change the entire course of a battle and say all of a sudden Blackbeard lost and Rayleigh won.
I remember when Marineford, when Whitebeard pulled up originally, he forgot to draw one of his scars, but for the volume version, he added it, and then later on online, the scar was
Yeah,
added.
like
Stuff like that. That's
that.
fine.
What I tried to
7
explain.
deadly frames. That's crazy.
There you go. See what I tried to explain to people in the video. I said, listen, here's the deal. You got to
That's the
a
that
redraw
comment
and a
wins the week.
redo are very different.
Yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like
Um,
redrawing something is redrawing Kaido's legs, or I forgot to draw a couple scars on Zoro's chest, or some shit like that.
mhm.
Redoing a chapter means Saitama all of a sudden appears in the Phoenix Man fight that he wasn't there before, and all of a sudden he becomes a penguin all of a sudden, and all this bullshit happens a year after it's already been drawn. How
Sammy,
is
would
that
that bother
acceptable?
you? If you they did it like Kanika Man or something, would that bother you? Like let's say you did a reread, like wait a minute, you just noticed like a chapter 30 chapters from like the current arc or current the latest chapter is like different. I don't think I'd like that. That better
No,
never become a thing because I think didn't George Lucas do something like that too? Like I don't like that type of
Yeah.
thing.
Yes,
He's the
that's
king
why
of it.
that's why people hate George Lucas doing what he did. Like to this day, I still have the VHS tapes of Star Wars on my fucking shelf, and I'll tell you why. Because I can't buy them on DVD or Blu-ray without all the editing bullshit.
Feel it. Would you like?
yeah,
Would you?
that absolutely would bother me. I mean, Kanikman already has some changes from the re-release, but the changes are just like a couple of censorships, like some blatant parodies of things that existed. They changed the designs a little bit. I think,
Okay.
yeah.
Wait, which one are you talking about, Saber?
We're talking about Kanikman, the manga. Anyways,
Oh, Kanika
yeah,
Man. Yeah,
yeah.
no,
Yeah,
yeah,
the re-release the re-release of the Tenko Bonds are different than the original releases. But I think one character got changed. I think it might have been Curryman. I am not sure. They might have lightened his skin a little bit, but
Mhm.
other than that, yeah, no. If for example, like fucking if like out of nowhere, if like fucking Super Phoenix didn't fucking kiss Bimbo or whatever, and the fucking the parts of the Scrum for the Throne arc was changed completely, I would be very
yeah.
upset. I would be not a happy camper. This is
Mhm.
not the shit that I fucking read back in 6th grade.
Like,
This is
yeah,
not the shit that niggas read back in the fucking 80s.
that's what I'm telling you.
I reread Ennius lobbies and there's just no
Yeah.
gear second.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Like we're talking, like Saber. Imagine, like, let's use Kanika Man, like you were saying. Let's imagine all of a sudden that Kevin Mask doesn't use the Tower Bridge and loses that fight. That changes the entire dynamic of that arc and subsequent arcs because now Kevin Mask has lost that fight, not won the fight. He lost the fight.
Like
Yeah,
you'd
it
have to
fucks up
change
the
so many
continuity.
things. Yeah,
Everything.
yeah.
And
Mhm.
you're telling me to accept that on a dime. You're telling me to accept, okay, I read that Kevin Mask won with the Tower Bridge technique. Okay, cool. And I was there for it. Now you're telling me 8 months later that he lost? Wait,
You know, the funny thing that you say that is the anime actually did exactly that, but the difference is it ended there. Well, but the thing with Nisei, the anime is weird because fucking Nisei's manga is seinen, but the anime is fucking shonen. So
yeah,
there's a
that's
lot of
bullshit.
changes with the anime to begin with. But yeah, the anime actually changed the outcome of that fucking arc. But the difference is it ended there, so it didn't continue. That was the end of the fucking
Yeah,
anime right
but
there.
I
ambiguous.
feel it.
So
Hmm
it's a little different.
I think Murata redrew chapters to set up the future. I wasn't feeling Weaver at all in his opinion about Ring a Ling a Ding Dong, which is spitting on that One Punch Man. I swear I haven't read One Punch Man in over a year because of the damn redraws. Vox was a fun watch. Bleach
I'm
was
sick and
nice.
tired of people
Chainsaw
calling
Man
this shit
episode 1 was not hitting.
redraws.
I'm not a Chainsaw Man guy, so I'm sorry. Naya, have I seen Cyberpunk Edge Runners? I'm gonna watch with my friend on Wednesday.
I'm just curious. And anybody in here, I just want to ask, what do you consider a redraw? Because in my mind, when I think of redraw, I think of a panel and I didn't draw it very well, and I redraw it to be better. I don't think scrap the entire chapter and make an entire new chapter. I don't consider that a redraw.
It's the same. My opinion on it is the same thing as remasters versus remakes. First of all, these words have definitions. They're
Yep.
not up to fucking opinion. They're not up for debate. They have solid definitions. So yeah, a
Thank you.
redraw would literally just be like, oh, well, when I was drawing this back in my first year as a manga, it looked like this. But I'm gonna just redraw the character in the same exact pose, the same exact
Right. Yep.
outfit, but in my now modern style. That's it. Not
Yep.
oh well, the character was posing with his fist out, but now I'm gonna redraw where he just standing up straight. No, that's a completely different panel. You remade it. You didn't redraw it. You remade the whole fucking thing.
Exactly. It's like if Kubo's or go back to chapter 1 of Bleach, then go to chapter 686 of Bleach. Tell me that's the same art style. No, it's not, because Kubo advanced over 15 years. Now, if he were to redraw the first chapter of Bleach, he's not changing the panels. He's going to redraw.
It would just look like his contemporary art style, but earlier.
It's going to look like It's going to look like his new art style 2022.
Didn't SIU do that for the volumes of Tower of God? Actually, I think someone had told me that he actually redrew them. I think someone told me that. I haven't bought any yet to check. I might just get one and look at it myself. But but yeah, I think
But
he redrew
I just don't believe in the fact that these people think for any 1 minute that this is a redraw when it's clearly what I call a redo. It's not a redraw to me is redrawing the panels exactly as they were because you made mistakes.
Or like there was a what was I reading? I was doing some research and I was just like reading some stuff because there's something that happened with Araki where like the very original transcript for one of his old manga for one of the chapters, you could only find them in kind of grainy scans because they actually lost the original one, something like that, and then he had like redrawn it, like 2011, I think, around when Jolion was starting. And like it looked a lot different and stuff, but he drew it the exact same way. It's just that his art style evolved. So like that's like a redraw to me. What that they're doing is redoing, remaking, retroactive continuity, retconning. That's not the same thing to me. They're completely different.
Like, no, if you and I were to remake Top Gun tomorrow, the movie, right? And we were to put everybody in the exact same positions with different actors, sure, but we were to recite the same lines, the same cinematography, the same all that shit. That's a remake. That's a redo. But it's still word for word what was on the script. But if you all of a sudden change the cinematography, and the script, it's not the same movie anymore. It's not the same scene. Would you agree with that?
Well, like, yeah, like if like as long like you said, like to me, like a remake or a modern remake would be like you said, the original. It's your original point. Maybe the actors are different, but in terms of all the story beats, maybe even the runtime, the environments and areas are similar or the same, and the characters all do the same thing, just not the same actors. But if you like Top Gun, whatever, and it's like similar or it's adjacent, but there's doing different things, different actors, and blah blah. It's not, to me. That's more of a you did your own thing at that point.
Right.
But you based it off the source material, but you did your own thing with it, which is okay. Just don't call it that. Because again, I think like what Timmy said, a remaster and a remake are not the same things.
No, I agree 100%, and I think maybe
Top
I
Gun, but
can
everyone's Asian.
my point a little bit, but I agree with Saber and I agree with you.
I never seen Top Gun. That's why.
Oh,
I've never
no,
seen it.
no.
Is that the Tom Cruise one?
Yeah.
He does his own stunts.
Yeah. He always does his own stuff, man.
Oh, I thought. Oh, my bad. I don't know.
But No. I'm just saying, like, pick
Not
a
me.
classic.
Use a stunt double.
Like,
Fuck that.
pick what all I was comparing it to was pick any classic scene, like Few Good Men, whatever. It doesn't matter. Pick a classic scene and do it shot for shot. That's with different actors. That's what you would consider a redraw, right? Because you haven't changed the choreography, you haven't changed the lines, you haven't
Okay, I
changed
got you
anything.
saying. I got you saying. Okay,
You know what I mean? It's still all shot the same, just different people. But if you all of a sudden add X, Y, and Z into the courtroom and this whole other scene happens, it's like,
or a
well,
new character.
or a new character, right? It's not the same scene.
Yeah. Like
And
the
I have a
trash
problem.
Disney remakes. I haven't seen a single one of those, so
Yeah,
I can't speak
I
on it.
saw Maleficent. That's the only one I saw, and I liked Maleficent. But then when I heard that the next ones were going to be like carbon copies, I said nope.
The remakes are
I
great for
did
the
my
sole purpose of easy money. Yeah, and those fucking Disney burgers will
here.
eat up
Here's
anything.
here's why I like Maleficent is because they open and end that movie with, "This is not the tale you're used to." They open it with that line and they end it with that line, and I'm like,
Kill the
they're right.
past.
They knew this was different, and they played it. But then all of a sudden, for some reason, they decided we're gonna remake Aladdin, Lion King, all these things, and do the exact same movie. Why?
That's why you watch Once Upon a Time.
I used to watch that with my sister. I haven't.
Once Upon a Time was a great fucking
I
show.
used to watch
Both times.
I really like it.
The
I
problem with me
like
these days
both
is
versions
I
of
can't
them.
remember what's the last live action show I finished. trying to think. Problem with me is a lot of these I never finished them at this point because I used to watch Black Flags, Vikings, Once Upon a Time. I don't even think I technically finished the originals. I just know what happens. I never watched the ending actually. Like Vampire Diaries. Vampire Diaries. I think I finished.
Vampire Diaries is actually a very good show. I like that.
What's the other one I'm forgetting?
Let me ask you.
There's the one. Hold on. What's the? It's Scarecrow from Batman. He's the Peaky Blinders. That's another one I haven't finished.
Yeah.
Peaky Blinders.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Peaky freaking blinders.
I was just gonna ask you: is Damon and Alark your favorite people? Vampire Diaries.
My favorite character.
Yeah.
Damon was my favorite because Damon was the one that I related.
Close that
Yes.
door.
I related to Damon because he lived on that edge. And at that time, that's where I was. Like I had I loved hard, but like you crossed me and I'll do like I was like vindictive, you know. Like I saw a lot of meat in him. My second favorite character was Elijah. I think.
Elijah. Good.
I liked Elijah a lot. I think I ended up liking Nikolaus more in the end, but for the majority of the time, because when he went hybrid mode against Marcel's like little faction, I said, "Oh my god,
Yeah,
that was crazy."
That was crazy shit.
That was crazy. But Elijah had the gentleman swag that always moves me. Yeah.
Hello, gentlemen.
Like that's just so barbaric, you know. Like, like yeah, I don't know. He was moving
But
me.
I will. My big thing. The reason that I got
Catherine.
into my wife was very into Vampire Diaries, right? And I was watching it. And I was like, all right, another vampire show, whatever. And I was really into, as you said, like Damon could relate to him, but his relationship with a Lark was my thing. I was like, this is a bromance. This man knows. And then in like season 4 or 5, I forget which one it is. Elena calls Damon out on it. He's like they're like, no, you can't bring all the dead people back to life. That's a terrible idea. And then she goes, you don't want your drinking buddy back again? And Damon closes his mouth and he's like, oh shit, yeah, I kind of do. it's like wait a minute. She's calling him out on his shit. Like she wants that motherfucker back. Of course he does, because that's the one true friend he had for like 4 seasons, right? And I'm like, yeah, I like this. I like that they're calling out other characters on their bullshit, you know?
Yeah, I had a lot of fun with that show. Those shows, honestly, all things considered. Let me know what you think about Archer when you're like caught up and stuff. Because Archer's a show that I really like. Shout out to
Oh,
Duchess, Young
I'm
Sterling.
all caught up with Archer.
Let's talk about the chat. Talk about the chat. But
Oh,
um, but I hear you. No, Archer is actually I caught back up to it this year because of the. I kind of don't want to spoil it, but you know what happened to him, and I'm just like, bro, when is he? When is it? When is this over? But then when I heard that he came back, I'm like, all right, bet.
bad.
I'm like, bet. But I've always liked Archer. You said Rick and Morty should take notes. I actually have to catch up to Rick and Morty. I'm actually a season behind. I didn't realize I didn't watch the 5th season because the season with my least favorite episodes with the weird like sex dragons. I think that's the 4th season, which means I didn't watch season 5. I didn't even. I guess I didn't realize it came out, but I got really behind on all my cartoons because I didn't finish Amphibia. I didn't finish Owl House. I haven't finished. I actually like. I think Simi. I think I saw you comment on this. How much of Craig of the Creek did you watch?
Like 4 episodes.
You like it, right?
Yeah, I thought it was pretty. I thought it was pretty fantastic.
My issue with that show is I don't like the supporting cast that much. Like I don't like Craig's friends. They're herbs to me. When Craig says his family, all the niggas, I'm like, guys, raw. Then when he with that stupid ass nigga and the girl with the
Yeah, the
bird,
retard.
it's not moving me. It's
Oh,
not
what's my
moving
bad?
me. I don't like that.
That is right.
That's actually my issue with that show. But I think Infinity Train 2, I have one last season to I have to watch the 4th season, I think, too, with Infinity Train. So I got behind my cartoon. That's why I was shocked that like I ended up watching all of Vox Machina. Well, me and my friend watched it together, but he put me on the Vox Machina. I know about Critical Role for years and whatnot and everything, and it's D&D, so it's cool. Like you're a bard, you're this, you're that, you're a bard, whatever. But I didn't expect to like it as much as I did, and I think the Dragon Prince season 4 comes back soon, and I haven't watched the Dragon Prince in a minute, so I gotta rewatch it. But I like that show. I like Dragon Prince. Yeah, Naya, we on season 6 right now. Okay, personally, as soon as my favorite cartoons all ended, I packed my bags and took a permanent trip to Anime Land. I could never do that. I don't like anime that much. It could never carry me from like start to finish in life or forever. I need to see shit from Europe, America, France, whatever. Like China,
Listen,
the
Mm.
greatest country on this earth.
Naya is a '90s boy. He's forgetting his old roots of anime love.
I never forgot my roots. My roots were anime cartoons and comics and manga. I was never one over the other like
Pokemon
that.
and Sailor Moon made this man.
Sailor Moon was raw.
Yeah, Sailor Moon is amazing.
Our house was cut short because Disney are cowards. How so? Disney's progressive, but not that progressive. Isn't that the story? Isn't that literally all of those fucking fake ass motherfuckers? I hate them all.
Yeah,
Martha's
they're
Vineyard. We want all immigrants open. Oh no, don't come here though. Yeah, all right. Infinity Train got scrubbed off all official platforms. Good thing that I don't use official means, buddy. I put the straw hat on, so it don't matter to me. I'll be good. So, but I'm actually really excited for I think it's called Hasbin Hotel, the one with Satan's daughter or Lucifer's daughter, and she like runs like a hotel in hell to redeem
Yeah.
sinners. I remember watching the pilot for that like in like 2018 or something. It was really good. I thought the concept was very interesting, so I hope that
that
I hope.
that that was the end season of Lucifer.
Oh, I don't.
You
I
saw
don't.
that, right?
I never actually really read or watched much of Lucifer. The
Oh,
only reason that I kind of watched a couple episodes, my dad liked it, is because one time I was walking past, I saw Tom Welling. I'm like, is that my boy? Is that my boy Tom Welling? Smallville, okay. So
That was the last season I saw.
this. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's sometimes it's a bit of a drag. It's a bit of a cop whodunit show, but after like it's only 5 seasons, and it starts on a high note. It ends on a high note, man. When to end it.
honestly, I'm gonna be real with you. I'd probably just read the graphic novel if I want to really get into it.
But I'm not gonna lie to you. I read the graphic novel. I'm telling you, the series is better.
That's not like that's happened enough with with something like The Boys where I don't think that you're lying to me, but I don't have it's just not a priority right now. Like I don't care to like
No,
stop
I
what I'm
get it.
stop
I'm,
the things
I'm
that I want to do to go, but
saying that the graphic
someday,
novel
maybe
is not
someday.
as good.
But
It's not as
the problem with me with shows nowadays is I gotta watch it with somebody. It gotta be something I really care
I
about,
get
or
you.
I know it's just for me, or like I'm not gonna. It took me a week to watch the newest Anime House. I watched like 6 minutes every day, bro. Like I'm just
Listen, man,
washed. I'm just
here's
washed.
here's I'll tell you how many anime I have watched this year alone. I watched one episode of Bleach.
I
That's
forgot.
what I mean.
I keep forgetting the Sandman's out. Nope. No, I'm writing this down right now. Writing it down. Keep fucking forgetting that, and Paper Girls is out. Fuck, I keep forgetting.
Yeah,
Go
I
ahead.
keep forgetting to watch anything. I'm only watching Seven Deadly Sins because I've got my buddy into it, and when he comes over, we binge watch it on Netflix.
Feel
Other
that.
than that, I'm watching Bleach. That's it. I don't watch any other anime.
I'm not. I guess. Does Shoujo count? I got with December, but that's really about it.
No, I like my shoujo, man.
No, I said
Dude,
JoJo.
I review Yona
I
the
said
Dawn.
JoJo, not Shoujo. Shoujo's
Oh,
fine. Don't get me
JoJo,
wrong. I'm
JoJo.
talking about. I said JoJo, if that counts. But it's like I already
Oh,
watched the batch. So
I'm on chapter 52 of part 5.
okay, look at him,
Yeah.
Vento Aguero. He's
I
here.
hate part 4, but
You-
other than that, I
That
like
is
part 5.
so crazy because I promise you, you're your first person. I hate it, but when I was talking to some of my other friends who got it through, I watched with the anime, all of their least favorite parts so far is part 4. That's so fascinating to me. I wonder what the reason is.
Listen, I'll tell you why I don't like part 4. I don't like part 4 for a couple of reasons. Number 1, the main character, fucking worst JoJo. Let's
Oh,
just get that out of the way.
Interesting.
Worst JoJo.
Okay.
Jonathan's better. Josuke's better. Or Jonathan's better, sorry.
Josuke is
And
part 4. Giorno, Jotaro, and Joseph are the other ones.
and yeah. And here's the deal is that at the end of the day, all of a sudden, it's not part 4, it's not his fault, but part 4 all of a sudden says, okay, remember the tarot cards? Remember all that shit? Fuck that. We have arrows and now stands or anybody that you wanted to be. It's like, okay, well, Jotaro should be able to fuck everybody's day because he can stop time more than the world. Nah, I didn't train. Well, isn't that fucking convenient? So he didn't train, and now he can't fucking do what he did before. And now we're into a fucking 174 chapter series where Jotaro should be able to just stop time and fuck everybody's day, but he can't. Why? He got lazy and went on vacation.
You know he's a Marine. I mean, I don't care that you don't like it, but none of those reasons are removing me. You better have something else.
Okay.
Because
Here's
the Stan Arrow thing makes complete sense because it ties into why people have stands and why they exist in this world. Because well, hold on. Part 1, 2, and 3 you could consider its own saga because it's the Stone Mask Saga. At the time, you didn't know the reason of how or why people really did develop stands, right? In part 4, we got that answer, which is elaborated more in part 5 and part 6 because part 4, 5, and 6, I call it like the Stand Arrow arc. And I think you said something about the Jotaro not training. I mean, fair enough, but he wouldn't be the first person to not do that because Joseph didn't train his Hamon after he beat Ultimate Cars and the Pillarman. He stopped training it, which is why he aged the way that he did. Of not, because remember Lisa was 50 and she didn't look a day over 20. And even Straits at a really old age, he probably looked about 50ish before he donned the stone mask, and then went on, and then after ended up looking for Joseph. The Jotaro thing is actually is a point well taken, but the issue that I have with it is that with what you're saying is I actually argue that part 4 puts that respect on him because nobody wants to fight that nigga. Nobody wants to see him, even though he can only stop time for a second or two now. They're like, nope, don't. They're like, Jotaro, get out of town or whatever. And he almost beat Kira when he was on his last legs after the sheer heart attack arc. So like,
That's true.
I don't. They did.
I'll give you that.
I gotta push back because I really think that Jotaro's character takes a humongous leap in part 4 when he's playing the mentor instead of the protagonist. So like, I don't care that you don't like it, but that your reasonings didn't move me.
All right. Then let me try reasonings 2 and 3. Let me try reasonings 2 and 3. Okay. So your argument about Joseph, right?
Mhm.
It's very convenient that he's a senile old man at the beginning. All of a sudden, he knows exactly who he is at the end. Just pointing that out. Just pointing that out. Chapter 1, he's a senile old man.
Not in
At the
first
end of the
chapter.
series, he all of a sudden knows exactly who he is and can take care of anybody and blah 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 and use Haman and all that shit all over again.
In part 4,
So
when did he use Hamon in part 4? Point
no.
it out to me.
He did. I'm saying it was stated that he all of a sudden got his mind back in clarity, blah blah blah. So what I'm saying is that he went from an old crippled, what's going on, nah, man, at the beginning to all of a sudden being Joseph, like, convenient, a little bit. Like, don't tell me that. Like, if you want to make Joseph an invalid, fine dandy. I'm not happy about it, but do it. But don't retcon it at the end of the fucking series. Take away my beloved JoJo and fucking then spit in my face and say, "Oh, well, once all the bad guys were defeated, fucking JoJo's fine." No, don't do that.
You need to rewatch, brother. You're just making up shit now.
No, I'm not making shit up. Seriously, I just read part 4, my man. In the beginning,
So did I. But my problem with you is I don't think you don't I don't think you like are taking in the theme of resolve and things of that nature because that's always been very consistent. And also, I don't think people that read JoJo understand that the concept of fate is a real tangible concept that certain people can control and things of that nature. Like it's just I just think that there's so many like you sound to me like kind of like I'm not mad at you for this because again you're not I don't think you're like a super JoJo fan. You're more like a pathing enthusiast, so it's fine. But
Mhm.
it's like when people like Araki forgot, Araki didn't do this was that, blah blah. Why did this happen? And it's like did you just not read? Like you had to go back. Like so a lot of the complaints that you say are kind of the regular rabble that I hear from some of the passing fans or the fans that skip parts, and I'm like, you need to go back and read that because that's not what happened.
You know what? I'll give you that. That's fair, and that's why I have stated my opinion. But I'm also saying I'm gonna state it, but I'm also gonna withhold it and argue it completely until I've caught up to apparently it's part 8. Because in all honesty, I like part 1, 2, and 3. I think that's a good story. I like part 1. Part 1 is probably one of my favorite parts.
I respect that. That you'd be in the minority there, but Phantom Blood is really good in my opinion.
Phantom Blood is very good, and part 2 is a good sequel. Part 3 closes out the problems, and then part 4 to me felt like, you know what part 4 to me felt like? It felt like filler. It felt like a money grab. That's what it felt like to me. Felt like villain of the week. Okay, we were making money off of JoJo. JoJo got popular. Goku, Vegeta, it's popular. Let's fucking keep cashing in on the golden goose. That's what part 4 felt like to me. And once again, didn't watch any of the anime, blah blah blah. I just read the manga. I read part 3. It ended. Started part 4. So there was no influence.
The villain of the week point is moot because JoJo all they do is fight minor antagonist. All they do is fight a new stand user every time. That's not
Yeah, but
it's not unique
hold
to
on.
part 4.
They changed that. They changed that because in part 4 they go from villain of the week to Kira's the main villain. Then when they almost get Kira changes into the he becomes the doppelganger or
He
whatever.
steals I can't remember his name right now, but he steals out that
Yeah,
guy's body.
he
and face and
he,
stuff
he
because
becomes the other person,
with
right? And
Cinderella. Yeah.
right, they lose him. So then they go back to villain of the week, and then at the end of the day, and then at the end part of part 4, they go back to main villain destruction. You know what that felt like to me? Felt like Inuyasha. Felt like Naraku. Felt like
No, it didn't.
villain of the week until we fight
Don't
Naraku.
ever in your life do that to Kira. Naraku is one of the worst villains. Don't ever
I
in your
know, he
life.
is.
Oh my goodness, he's disrespectful.
Listen,
He's
I'm
disrespectful.
just
I'm
saying
about to
that.
lose it.
I'm just saying. Listen, I actually like
Naya
Kira
sound
as
like
a
a Rocky's angel right now. Hey, my
but
cape
I'm
is
just
flowing, but he's not spitting. I promise you, if you had a real criticism about it, I'd be fine. He's not
no,
spitting.
listen, I do like Kira as a villain. I don't think he's a bad villain. In fact, I like him more the more I read part 4. The longer I went through part 4 and the more abilities he's got with his stand, even though I think that's kind of weird. He's shot with the arrow 3, 4, 5 times, all of a sudden you get 17 abilities, whatever. But
I'm clipping that exact statement. Don't forget you said that, okay?
okay.
Keep going.
I'll remember it. So the fact of the matter is he gets 17 odd abilities and whatever. But he's actually a quite a good villain throughout, and actually I liked him way more in part 2 of part 4. Sort of felt like Death Note. You know how Death Note, after spoiler alert, after L's death, there it felt like it was a second arc. You know what I mean? The N arc. There's the L arc and the N arc. In Kira, there's 2 arcs in part 4, and I feel like arc 2 Kira is way better a villain than in part 1 because he's trying to hide. He's trying to.
You know what the
like,
reason for that is?
well, because he's trying to work into this life. He's trying to actually deceive not only the people around him, but like not even the people watching.
Remember I said about fate and luck? Luck has always been on his side, right? To the point
Mm.
where he actually got careless with what happened with him carrying his hand around in what the fuck is Harvest's name is she the ugly ass kid middle schooler that blew up. What's the fuck his name again? Whatever remember his name. Harvest. Starts with S.
Something long Japanese with an S. Yeah.
Yeah,
Ugly.
but yeah, ugly middle schooler with the bumpy head, this fucking spiked head, right? And after that, right, because of that one moment and that one button, it undue so many years of what he was doing. So he was forced to move with greater caution and not get cocky like that ever again. That's why. And now that he has to balance the family life too, because he's not by himself, there's an extra level of caution that he has to take. But his urge to kill is still like there and everything. Also, his dad is helping. Also, his dad is helping him protect him with through his stand in the arrow. So him progressing as a villain is actually like a cool thing, and it makes perfect sense. So like,
No,
I hear what you're saying, though.
like it.
But
No,
I'll say this
love
though.
it.
I'll tell you why I think part 4's changing tone was a much needed change of pace. Because
Okay.
I actually like that Kira doesn't have any world domination aspirations. Dio does. The Pillar Men do, right? I actually like that. This is just like I know I say this and it sounds fucked up, but end of the day, if you never stopped Kira, he just would have like been like he might have just killed like 80 bitches his lifetime and died. You know, like I'm not saying it's a good thing, but he wasn't trying to subjugate the world and bring it to its fucking knees. Like he wants to just walk around with some hands and talk to them, eat some dinner, and then when it gets old, he's gonna blow it up. He actually wants to be left alone. He's like the traditional salaryman. Yes, boss. Yes, boss. Go to work. Everything. Like I actually really like that because I thought that following up Dio was honestly gonna be so hard to do, and why I don't like Kira more than Dio. I'm like he did a great job. Like Kira is
Okay.
fascinating from start to finish. So,
Question then. One question.
so
Explain the alien.
what?
He's
My
wrong.
goodness. That's the joke. The joke is that you can't tell whether he's just a stand user or an alien. That's literally the point of the joke. I don't know how. I don't know why or how this goes over everyone's head. Araki is quite literally doing that on purpose. He's not giving you an answer. That it's a joke. It's a gag.
Yeah, I know that, but also now, like, here's the problem.
Tension was lacking and never really felt like they were in danger to me. Kira was the only real threat in your opinion. I thought Angelo was a good start. Plus, Angelo bodies his grandpa, so I thought that was a decent start. So I'm gonna give Angelo his respect. I think Highway Star was really good. And what's the Teru whatever, the one with the paper one that folds him. That was really good.
Rock paper scissors.
I was cool
The
with
rat. I don't care. The rats went crazy. Buggy Eaton was that. He's Ricochet off the rock.
Listen, the alien was one of my favorite characters in Part 4. I'm just saying that overall, I wasn't happy with the fact that some bumbling delinquent idiot unleashed a photograph of an old man who somehow had one of the 16 fucking arrows that apparently can give away stands, and then all of a sudden shoots them wherever he and whenever he pleases to make a whole villain of the week arc for the next 70 chapters until we go back to Kira. That's my problem with Part 4.
This villain of the week thing doesn't make any sense to me. JoJo's always been that way.
Yeah, but it wasn't.
What, am I lying to me?
Huh?
When has JoJo just not thrown a gauntlet of people to fight, even from the first part?
I don't mind the gauntlet of people to fight. What I don't like is that it came way too what's the word I'm looking for? It came way too like. It was because I never saw like even remember how Joseph was? What a runaway! Ha ha ha! His gimmick. He never caused 28 villains to open because he ran away. Josuke and and his sidekick, whoever that delinquent bald-headed fuck was, decided to untape, well, whatever, untape the paper, and all of a sudden,
I'm telling you, he doesn't remember.
I don't
he doesn't remember.
This photograph is floating around with a living arrow in it, but somehow it's still a photograph, and like I'm just listen, man, it's taking me out too much. It's breaking me a little too much. Like I don't mind Part 5 at this point because now and I don't believe that Dio could have a fucking kid either, but I accept that and I just move on. But
what's the problem with Dio having a kid?
Because it was a praying mantis. He was a Black Widow. He ate the women. So you're expecting me to believe
Dio is bi.
That he fucked 100 women, ate them all, but he let 101 run away, never pursued her, impregnated her, and then that bitch actually decided to keep the child for 9 months. My level of acceptable tolerance is a little skeptical. That's all.
What if she kept the condom?
All right. So
I wash my hands of this conversation. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do with that one. The man can have sex? All right, man. All right.
No, I like the turkey baster idea. I like that.
Anyways, it's okay.
Because I can more accept that than Dio actually willingly impregnating a woman.
That's not even his only kid. That's the crazy part. That's not his only kid. But all right, man.
Dude, he was a praying mantis. He ate the women before they even could get pregnant, man.
Who told you that?
Part 3.
You just seen dead bodies of women. You don't know what happened before or after that. You don't know what happened before that. You don't
Yeah,
know.
but
You don't know
it
that he
stated
killed
in part 3.
every single woman that walked in there. He could have just been like, "Hey, hold on, she bad. Let me let me hit this one. Hold on."
I don't know, man.
She
Dio
played
doesn't
dead
seem
and
like
simple. Dio banged the priest, so I don't know, man. Dio be fucking enough said. Don't be disrespectful Okayasu, I feel right. He losing gas. Now you finish him off for his under 5-4. I know he loses
I,
Steve. He's
I got a question. Is Edward Weevil Whitebeard's kid?
is Edward oh my goodness. Weevil's
There
not
you go.
Weevil's
See how that doesn't make sense? Same deal.
how that is not the same scenario.
No, what I'm saying is that Theo fucks
They're
and
retarded.
kills. He doesn't fuck and lets them run away.
Wait,
Nope. I want you to show me where you learned that statement. That's all I want.
Part 3 stated that he used to take many women and none of them came out alive. That's a fact. That was stated in like chapter I don't know what. I'd have to go back. But in part 3, it was stated that Dio took many women into his hold, none came out alive. So
You gotta reread.
that was in part 3. Now by part 5, I'm supposed to accept that one woman got away and not only got away, but was willing to carry the rapist child. And then birth him, and then all of a sudden he's Giovanni fucking Pokemon Master. Like, what? That's a little hard for me to swallow. That's all.
You made up.
I like part 5.
You made up a lot of things in your scenario in your head. That was a lot of headcanon. But all right, man.
No, not it. It stated he
You're going outside, brother. You're going outside.
took women and then he killed them.
And honestly, I don't think you got any bars. I'm just gonna move on.
All right.
Again, you're entitled to your opinion. Whatever you want to believe is fine, but you're not making any sense. You're not. I don't think you remember the series as well. You sound like me trying to remember like details in Attack on Titan or something. Like I'd have to like reread it and really go through it because like I'll sound, you know what I'm saying? Like your memory's not concrete, and I just reread it. Like mine is. So
I tell you what, now I will go back through part 3, and if I can't find a single panel stating what I said,
that's not my issue. I know that he feeds on women, has a mountain of them. I remember even when the whole horse was coming at one point to quote unquote shoot him because after this is after Centerfold had died. Remember Enya, her son, the guy with the two right hands that killed Polnareff's sister, right?
Yep.
I know what you're talking about, but you're doing the thing where like if just because someone stated something, you took it as an absolute undeniable fact without any shadow of a doubt, and you gotta take in who's saying it and call into question their credibility. So for the example that I used to always use is for like Monogatari, Kaiki is a con man. He's quite literally a liar and a cheat in that sense. And he even tells you when he's telling the story from his perspective that you got to take it with a grain of salt because you probably shouldn't trust him, right? If I'm in East Blue, right, and I come to you and I'm like, devil fruits aren't real. What the fuck do I know in East Blue? You have to you have to think about the character that's saying it and call their credibility into question. There's things like that basically what I'm saying, where like sometimes I think people will hear a statement from a character and take it as the gospel truth, and I'm like, who told you that? Who are they? He's him. He took him at face value. This guy. So again, Giorno's not the one that got away. He's got more than one kid. So he could have been sloppy.
Okay.
Right?
All right.
He's not the only one. And the reason that he's the reason that he is the way that he is with the thing, because remember his lower half of his body is Jonathan. That's why that thing had the Joestar mark. Go to top 1 and Araki 2. I'm objective. Dio had show he was better at using the Joestar jewels. There you go. But
apparently.
I mean, Jonathan had it. I mean, because like even who I was on a Reddit the other day and someone was like, Jonathan never had a kid, so how did the Joestar family bloodline continue? And I almost kicked my computer out the fucking window. I said, there's no like, You just didn't read
They
it, did you?
literally gave
It
a
was
whole family tree on how we got from Jonathan to now.
No, niggas do not remember George for some reason. George Joestar does not exist. George Joestar the second did not exist for some people. I'm like, Lisa literally bodied the minion, Dio's minion that killed him, and then she had to go into hiding. That's why Joseph was not raised by his fucking mom. But like I said, they're not reading actually. So I don't know
They're
what to
not
do.
reading.
Yeah, go ahead.
Again, even if they don't remember that, they have thrown the family tree at us in the beginning of the chapter numerous times. They literally are not reading the manga. They never read the manga. They're not looking at page 1 or page 12. They're not doing none of that. They just going in the fucking forum and just typing words and pressing send.
Yeah. And like I want to make something very clear too, right? Because obviously, like in case people in the chat don't know, Araki's my favorite mangaka. If you don't know that, well, here's your revelation today. That's my favorite mangaka, and I do think his way of telling his story is unique, even amongst mangaka, even amongst Shonen Jump, Weekly Shonen Jump mangaka. I don't think there's quite anybody who writes and expresses their story artistically the way Araki does. I think he's unique in that sense, which is why I don't like to use conventional writing means and whatnot to compare him. I like to compare him to himself at his best. And I read all of the ancillary informations and interviews and Jojoniums and all those stuff and I watch them and I read them. So like obviously thank you Abdel for the subscription, my guy.
お兄ちゃん
And as a result of that, like I have a better insight into him because I remember I've said how I always told you I had a greater appreciation for him after I read Manga Theory and Practice.
Yeah.
I'm like, this guy is a lot smarter and a lot more meticulous and a lot more informed about like even like these places around the world like Egypt and what than I give him credit for. Like he really does his homework, and his creative process is really interesting. So I don't think JoJo is for everybody. I still think it's an acquired taste because of how over the top it is. I don't think it resonates with everybody who's gonna read it or watch it. It does for me because I like wacky shit more than I like super serious dark shit. I want to have fun. I want to laugh. I want it to be goofy. I want it to be Luffy.
イエーイお兄ちゃんピースピース
But man, Simi, you should see some of the things that people ask about some of these parts. And I'm just like, some of them to some degree I can even understand. I get the one thing for part 3 that I get that trips people up. Excuse Robotussin, bless you. I think you sneezed. I don't know. Is the coffin stuff, the coffin thing?
My bad.
Like how he get back in there? How do you get back in the coffin? Right? We don't actually literally know that, but I don't understand why people think there's two. There's not two coffins. There's the one. We saw Arena escape on it. Where was the other one?
Where did they get the second one?
That's what I'm talking about. And that thing had a hidden compartment to shield him from the bomb. I just assumed he took his body and moseyed on in there. And when they rescued her, he sank to the bottom. I can't tell you what happened. Obviously, I didn't see it. I think the George Joestar light novel has an event of how it happened, but that's not canon. That's like its own weird little thingy or whatever. And then remember, people were complaining like, "Oh well, if Jonathan had a good aptitude for Haman and Joseph did, how come George didn't?" And I'm like, they literally said he did, but he never got a chance to realize his potential because when he snuck in on his superior to see what was going on and was one of Dio's minions, he fucking died. I just don't understand. And I can't deal with that. There's certain things when people are asking questions, I'm like, okay, I get the confusion here. Like I can explain this, or I understand why someone could maybe could have missed something. But things that are just explicitly in the fucking book and in the fucking show, I don't understand how people mess up certain things like that. That shit blows my mind. Oh, it didn't make sense when why didn't Centerfold jump to another eyeball? I'm like, you just didn't see Kyakuin throw the coin up and literally everyone look at the coin? Piss me off, bro.
That
No,
nigga's not
I do need to give more head. I do. Not enough respect on my mangaka. Stop disrespecting them. He better than all that shit y'all niggas be reading. It's not raw. Sorry, man. JoJo's a goat, baby. But yeah.
Not gonna hear no complaints out of me.
But I actually want JoJo Lands to be the last part. Because I think it's three. Because that's like, to me, that's like 3 trilogies. The Stone Mask saga, the Arrow saga, and the alternate timeline saga. I think that's kind of perfect. If you're just a 10, you're not gonna hear me complain. I'm just thinking like 9 seems like a good number. As long as you don't give Togashi praise, I'm good. Togashi.
Togashi.
I was having a good day.
Whose stream does he think he's in?
No, they know. They know. I already have that video ready. With the 23rd it drops, I'm dropping it the same day. Same day. There's still some angry people in that comment section.
I remember when you did that shit with Pokemon. That shit had me crying.
You think One Piece is better? I'm like, that's had nothing to do with the video. I do, but that's just nothing to do with the video. You could malfunction over there. That's what I'm here for. I love it. Give me your tears. God, Togashi fans are hilarious. Just trying to look down on me. No, I look down on you. I'm the elitist. I look down on you.
Excuse me.
I'm trying to think if you guys will like Vox Machina. I don't know. I think you guys will like the one character because he's raw. Just got a demon in there. You got the fucking Cooley. Sure, raw. But I want to see how they do the second season. I want to see if the Dragon Prince ends up being good because I remember liking it, but I felt like it was dragging a little bit. I gotta go back and rewatch some stuff, but I'm glad that that's back. And I still want to know if Koji's coming out. I never got that thing. And for the Avatar stuff, I'm sorry, bro. I'm scared. I don't know. I don't know what to tell anybody else. I'm fucking terrified. I have no faith in them to not fuck some shit up. I don't believe. Don't believe. I almost at the point I'd rather them leave Avatar alone. Yeah, Last Airbender stuff. Like Pat, I think Pat put it in one of the chats. What you call it?
I think I know.
Was it the young adult adventures of Team Aang? I don't care about that shit.
Yeah, I don't care about that shit either. Show me what's happening after Korra.
There's that, or like I think the Avatar Kyoshi novel is really dope. I wouldn't mind seeing her that stuff in action.
They canceled that.
Oh, I didn't know that was. Did I even know that was a thing? I just meant like that's something I'd like to see in general.
Because I want to see that too. I think it was, and they canceled it.
I wasn't against seeing some of the Avatar comic book arcs animated. I think the one with Zuko's mom and the Mother of Faces would have been really cool. I think people would have appreciated that because that's Ko the Face Stealer's mom. And when they're in the spirit world stuff, I think people would appreciate that, and they would have got the closure of what happens with Zuko's mother and everything. And maybe even seeing Toph actually create the metal bending school. I don't know. There's a lot of things that you can do there, but I probably, in my opinion, if you're gonna do something Avatar, I'd actually just rather you just do the next one, like after Korra, like you said. And I think it would be very interesting. Let me say this with a grain of salt because I don't know if anything happened in the comics that changed this yet. Because I only really read Turf Wars for the Irene Ko run of Korra, but she would be the new first Avatar. Because the connection with Rava, everything that happened broke. So it'd be interesting to see the second Avatar only have Korra to draw power from. Is the Avatar state even as strong that way? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think actually you could do some pretty interesting things there, if in my opinion. But, bro.
Yeah, I agree. I haven't read the comics for after Korra, but I saw someone say that it could be possible for Korra to somehow regain her lost lives. I don't know because of how Robert was destroyed, but like, remember in the comics when Aang, he destroyed his connection with Roku, and then he was able to rebuild it and reestablish that connection later on.
But
someone say
it's a little different though, because remember what happened was Vaatu pulled Rava out from Korra, and with
Yeah.
each strike, the literal like memory or whatever of the Avatar just vanished into nothingness. To the point she
Yes.
had no one to talk to. I don't think it's the same thing where like that was more of a spiritual mental block that that Aang did. Not that he literally lost Roku. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
no, I agree. I agree with you, but I just remember when somebody pointed that out, and I was like, I don't know if it would be possible, but if they decide to take it that route, I guess they've already established a way that they
I
could
hear
bring
you.
it back.
Okay, yeah.
But no, I think they should just continue on to see how they could spin it with just Korra as the first or the new first Avatar, and then like her like drawing on what she was told from previous avatars.
Mm. I kind of like Korra more than Aang. I don't know why. If you're just talking about the character, yes, I actually do like Korra more than I like Aang personally. Vox Machina's my shit. Scanlan, but you having me rolling. Yo, I actually had a good. I really had a good time watching it. I really did. I'm not gonna like overhype this show. I had a good time. I find it mad funny that Azula just has right. The Azula stuff actually, all things considered in the comic book, didn't really move me. I didn't really care for that. And the new Avatar won't even have Korra to draw from. She fucked it up for all future Avatars. They got to make a diary now. Didn't Korra say she was gonna write a book or something for the next Avatar? Yeah, I think so, something like that. And they still connect to the spirit tree that had all the knowledge memories. Oh, there was that spirit tree with all the thingy in there when she became a fucking kaiju. I guess I don't know. I'm with you, Alan. There's probably a way to get it back. It's probably not truly lost. There's spiritual energies floating somewhere, you know. But I think
Have
it
you
would be
not read
interesting.
Bleach,
Actually,
man?
won't
There's totally spirit energy out
obviously Bleach.
there. No, I said you have read Bleach. There is totally spirit energy out there, man.
You don't watch go hippie on me. Come on, man. Make love, not war, man.
Yeah, exactly, man.
Yeah, man. I'm a huge core person, but I'm honest. I'm pretty protective of it because I still think that what they've done so far has been really good, and I think there's time to put the pen down. And I'm the kind of person where I think some people always just want more and more of their favorite, where I can be like, I have enough. Please stop. I don't want you to write it until I don't like it or write it into a hole. Because as much as you guys know how much I love Nisio Ishin and Monogatari, I had enough. Stop. Write something
I agree.
else. I don't need another season, another volume of Monogatari. I don't need anymore. I got enough. I promise you. I'm so satisfied with the entire stories that I've got for so many of these characters. From the first season, the second season, the final season, to off season, to monster season. I love it. It's all good. Please stop, Nisio. Please. Enough.
Nah, I actually got a question for you then.
What's up?
Do you believe that certain series, like when we get the Borutos and all that stuff, like is that unnecessary?
Yeah.
All right, I
Look,
agree. I was
I,
just checking.
I think Boruto. I mean, I'm not talk like I know what really happens in Boruto, but like,
No, but sequel series in general, like when you have a 500 plus chapter manga series
as
and it
long as
ends,
you've planned it out or you really got a good idea, I don't think there's a problem. But like, let's say like One Piece ends and there's like two piece, Peace. I'm not reading that.
no.
I don't.
If there's a prequel series following Garp and Roger and stuff like that written by Oda, fine dandy. But I don't want to know
Or
what
like a special
after.
volume or something or omake. That'd be
Right.
cool. OVA.
Yeah.
I could dig it.
I don't want to know what happens after the end of One Piece.
Mhm.
I don't want to know what happens after the end of Fairy Tail. I don't want to know what happens at the end of fucking Naruto. I don't need this shit.
Can't get up with Pokemon. Ash was catching L's. I don't watch Pokemon. I don't. I definitely want a new Avatar, past Korra, or some of the past Avatars that we never get to see. Is it weird that I'd like to see the second Avatar of all time, like after one, just the second one? I think that's cool. I want to see Zero Piece. To this day, I'm still trying to formulate a plan to kidnap Ishibumi and his director so that Bozo High School DXC can be canceled forever. Is that coming back? I thought High School.
Hey,
Go ahead.
I never thought of it before, but I like how the second Avatar like comes into existence, I'd like to see that too,
Yeah,
because of just how how
it's
bending
the
was
first
at that time.
reincarnated Avatar.
Yeah, I'd like to see how that worked too. Like, was it an actual, like, did Rava go to a newborn, like, at that, like, or did she, like, find a living person? I don't know.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. That'd be interesting, honestly. Um, damn it, I had a point. I totally forgot what it was, but yeah, I like Avatar. I'm very protective of it. Oh, Simi, my friend actually, while I was talking to him the other day, and I didn't know this, but I should have known better. I disrespected him because he played the Zero Escape series. He likes visual novels, right? But he played AI the Somnium Files, but he had no idea Nirvana, the sequel was out or whatever. The
Yeah,
what's it called? Is it Nirvana? Something
yeah,
Nirvana
yeah.
Initiative?
Nirvana, yeah,
Initiative?
yeah.
He didn't know it
Nirvana
was out.
Initiative, yes.
He's like, what? Nigga started playing it off rip. He bought it while he was talking to me. I said, that's crazy.
Wow, he got money. Shit, he bought a full price. That's crazy.
Yeah, I wanna beat up before before the
Bought
end
a
of the year. But tell me if you start to play before I do. Tell me.
Yeah, I mean, shit. I still don't even own it myself.
Neither do I. Neither do I. So, which network would be good for an Avatar series? Nickelodeon, baby.
Yeah, the
I don't know.
OG.
Do your own thing. I don't know. Like we're in a time and era where you don't. I don't think you need to belong to like a HBO or something or whatever. You could just do your own thing if you really want to. But I guess you could put it on like a platform like that. It doesn't matter with me. You don't put in the straw hat on. But yeah.
Yeah,
To,
it'll
to,
be
to,
on
to,
it'll be
to,
on Paramount.
yeah. To answer your question though, like ultimately, I think it's a case by case scenario. But generally speaking, for a lot of these long running shonen and stuff like that, these stories, I don't care for these sequels because I've always been that way. Because even with like Gunbuster. I don't watch Die Buster. I
Yeah.
don't give a fuck about that shit.
No,
Bubblegum Crisis. I guess Bubblegum Crisis 240 isn't necessarily a sequel, but like a redo or whatever of it. I don't give a shit about that shit. I ain't watching that shit. Um, Boruto. Not watching it. Again, Super was something that I kind of did with my friends. It was an event. Every Sunday we'd watch it,
yeah.
especially since the Tournament of Power. That was more like a
That was
whatever thing. I didn't really care about Super. I don't like it. I don't think it's good. But I like Goku Black though. I like it. You're wrong.
Super was a good time.
Super has a lot of problems, but I will say that just so the
It is dog
person that
water.
in there is
It's not dog
asking what
water.
network, uh, Naya and I are back on the YTV and Fox Kids networks back when channels were.
YTV.
Yeah, you remember?
Fox
So
Box for kids. Jesus
we don't know
Christ.
what networks you youngins are using. I'm just gonna say that.
I don't think they watch cable. They just have like Hulu and Crave and HBO
Yeah,
Max
exactly.
and
I don't even recognize
Netflix
the
and
channels
Disney
anymore,
Plus, right? Isn't that what the kids are into now? I don't know.
yeah, Crave, Amazon Prime, all that crazy
There you
shit.
go.
No,
How y'all feel about Frieza being a nigga? I saw someone say about Invincible earlier. I'm sorry. I forgot to. Did I see that? Something about Invincible, like getting a game. I think someone said a video game.
Yes.
Frieza went black. He
Yeah,
went from gold Frieza. Now he's black Frieza. Now he's black.
Invincible is supposed to be getting the game.
Yeah.
It
They
has the
haven't said like
potential
He's
to
not
anything.
be
just
really
black
good.
now. He's blackety black. He's doing the Jamie Foxx style.
Hmm. Go ahead, Simi.
Invincible video game could be either really good or it could
Mhm.
be an ass. So you just have to wait and see.
Did they just announce it, or did you have any footage
Yeah.
or screenshot? Okay,
Nope.
okay, okay,
Just
okay, okay.
No,
announced.
they just announced it.
How do
They
I
haven't
feel
even said
about
what kind it
Frieza
is.
being a nigga now? The best the only takeaway I really had when I saw the form was like it's slightly less ugly than Golden Frieza, so I'll take it. That's really the only thought that I had. I think Golden Frieza looks fucking hideous. I would have probably given him a cooler esque transformation at this point if I
Yeah.
wasn't going to actually add cooler into the narrative at some point.
Remember Cooler Form 5? What
Yeah,
if
that's what I
he
mean.
went that? That
That's
would be
that's
really
that's what I would have probably done personally. Again, if I wasn't planning on adding cooler to the story at all, but I think Golden Frieza is hideous. Black
yeah.
Frieza looks a lot better, so I'll just take it because of that. But I guess he's like the strongest again or whatever. I don't know.
Do you
But Super
remember
is so unserious.
just question. Do you remember a time when you could title something white form or black form and nobody had any racial shit? back. Do you remember that? So I remember that.
I remember.
I remember when you
Berries?
fell
I
like
remember.
this is the black heaven technique, and nobody said, "Oh, it's a racist thing."
It
Right.
was I'm sure some loser out there was actually offended, but I think they were just running like black Air Force jokes and shit like that, and putting on
Yeah.
the durag and fucking Hennessy in his
Oh, it's the
hand.
black swordsman. Well, he's a white guy. No,
So
fuck.
honestly,
Oh,
as far as
shit.
those memes go, my favorite one is Ryan. I think it's Ryan Gosling as Black Panther when he has his arms open. That shit's so funny to me. every,
That shit's hilarious, man.
every time I see that shit out loud, and that shit you showed me, Alan, I'm pissed off you showed it to me because I had me one piece of laugh, boy. She
Bro,
said
now,
she got shot by this dude, and with her dying breath, nappy headed nigga. Not like my family, my kids, my husband, my job, whatever. She's like, I hate niggas so much, but my dying breath, I want you to know I hate y'all niggas. I said, bro, my ancestors, they hate me. They hate me so
bro,
fucking much. Cause I was crying of laughter, bro. Tears in my
the way
eyes.
the way she said that, she sounded like it was straight out of a movie, nigga. I was fucking rolling, bro. Like I could not believe that shit. I mean, I can, but like I couldn't, because it was just like, bro. Oh man, that shit was so fucking funny, bro.
I honestly had me a one. That was hilarious. Simi, what's going on with the Green Goblin gang, bro? You gonna stop them?
Dog. Hey man, listen. They on them fucking what train was that shit on? Was that the fucking E train or whatever? That's nowhere near where I live, boy. There ain't no
Hey, you
fucking
bet-
train station around there. That around my way. That's the fucking E train or whatever the fuck them bitches on. They could have that.
Simi, you better be safe out there, boy.
Shit.
The way they moving.
Bro, the one that's crazy that to me seems to be Portland, but I'm just not gonna talk about what's happening there. I'm like, what the fuck? Is this a lawless area now on the planet? Just lawless?
I love to see. This is why I love jumping into these podcasts because I didn't understand a fucking word any of y'all said, and now I'm just the token white boy up in here. It's
Oh no,
fucking.
no. So basically, there was a bunch of women who dressed up in like what I want to call them is like those neon really tight green suits that people wear in movies and stuff when they're a green
Yeah.
screen, but they have to like for like not R2D2,
Sure.
the other one, like the guy green screen and he just rolls it around. So like
Oh
you
yeah,
don't see
yeah.
him. They were in like those and they cut up parts with their hair and stuff and they went on the subway and beat up some 19-year-old girls and robbed them. And they called themselves the Green Goblin Gang.
What the
So
fuck?
Simi's from New York, so I'm like, yo, you gonna stop them? That's why I said that.
Me?
So
What the
yo,
fuck you want me
call
to stop them?
Spider-Man, nigga. Damn, where you at? You only,
Listen,
everyone gets one. Everyone gets one.
Spider-Man too busy making TikToks, fucking flipping and shit and doing dance moves and shit on fucking trash cans.
Tell that nigga do his job, man. He be protecting the streets.
Spider-Man, the crime rate has gone up by 45%.
Yeah, listen, my wife wishes I could dance like Spider-Man. Just saying.
I don't know.
Oh,
I'm a
what
white
to
boy. I can't move my hips. All right, so I
sorry to
can do
hear
it.
that. Sorry to hear that. Hey, these hips
Yeah.
don't lie.
Yeah, these hips don't lie. They are truth. They are truth. They cannot move. They are old and crotchety.
How many episodes of the first season is House of Dragons going to be? Is it 8?
I think it's 8. Well, Rings of Power is ending on 8, so I figure that maybe 8.
Everything.
No, someone texted me that. I'm like, I don't know the answer. No, I actually don't know.
Well, I mean, as I said, once I'm done here, I'm gonna go watch a few more episodes of Rings of Power because honestly, I got problems with it, but overall, it's not that bad.
You'd be better off talking to Vince because I think he's the only other person who's actually seen it. I'm just being a hater. I'm just being a hater.
Wait,
I don't want to talk to any of you niggas about any of that shit.
Wow.
Wow. Check it out.
What?
What the ring? He don't want to talk about the ring like a ding dong with his friends.
I'm just
No.
saying.
Cause y'all niggas don't care about it, don't know what you're talking about, and just saying shit. I don't want to talk about it.
Nah, I'll be spitting
Wow.
facts, baby.
I didn't even say anything.
All right, how about we say something? Rayleigh would have killed Blackbeard. Let's go with that.
No, he wouldn't have.
I don't know about that. Hold on.
He didn't even believe it. Rayleigh himself didn't even believe it.
I'm just trying to.
I
cause
think House
shit.
of Dragon with 10 episodes. Yeah, I just looked at 10 episodes. Yeah.
No, I will say one thing about that. Shockey, it's questionable that all of a sudden we get a reaction shot from Shockey the moment Blackbeard goes, I don't know if I could have taken him 1v1, and Shockey's like, I'm just saying. Shockey's like,
What does Shaki know
yeah.
about Blackbeard though? That's what you have to ask yourself. She probably has unwavering faith in Rayleigh's strength. But what does she know about Teach?
Well, wouldn't
He
you,
might teach you a thing.
dude?
Me? Oh
We
no,
just
I think
got.
Blackbeard's winning that.
Listen, I know you watched the latest chapter. We just got FemLaw hawking himself out of being a female. He did a sex change on the fly with hockey, and you're telling me that Rayleigh is scared of Blackbeard's devil fruit. I'm not convinced anymore. I think that just showed that hockey is the goat.
I don't think he's scared. He's just gonna lose.
Right? Like I don't.
Rayleigh showed up with some Conqueror's hockey sword, and he said, "Go fuck yourself," and Blackbeard peace. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, believe what you want. He's still out here
He did
making
peace.
moves.
Well, what part of that sentence was incorrect? He
Oh,
peaced.
I think you left out a couple of variables, but I'm not like denying he ran away. That's fine. I don't have an issue with that. Like that's cool. Like you could say you got bitched or whatever. You know, you guys can run your little agenda. But like he had two of his commanders frozen, half his fucking like fleet. Like it was not a good situation.
Yeah.
I think that's probably a variable you want to consider.
Remember last time he said it's my era, and Rayleigh's disciple showed up and said, "You want to fight?" And he said no. I remember that. It was in Marineford.
So do I, and that's
Yeah,
why
he got what he came for.
I feel like people like misunderstand why I used to like characters like Hawkins and why I like Blackbeard. Like I don't care that he runs from fights. That does not make me like him any less or like oh you know really would have beat his ass and who cares? I don't give a fuck if he would have won or lost. That changed my opinion on Blackbeard. I just think he's fucking interesting because he does shit like this. He's like damn it.
I'm with you.
It's not time. I gotta wheel out. I gotta re-strategize, but I'm leaving with something. Come here, little nigga, and take Kobe. That shit's so funny to me. You said I'm leaving with something. I'm from around the way. I'm leaving with something.
They get to snatch Beto up next.
Here's what I said in my review, and I think it's accurate. Is Blackbeard a great villain and pirate? 100%. Is he like over power scaled? Yeah, he is.
Was over power scale by the community? You mean? Because I don't care what those burgers are talking about.
What I mean is morons who take his feet, so to speak, and put him in top 3 are fucking idiots because this man is a legitimate pirate. He's a coward and an opportunist and a criminal, and that is exactly what it makes to be a pirate. He's literally in this chapter, he didn't do all the work. He didn't fight the big boss. He went, yeah, I'm going to wait in the shadows and I'm going to take the treasure when it's convenient for me. The man knows he's not top shit. So he knows when to take shit. He's a Machiavellian schemer 100%. And he's a great villain. But stop putting him like he's top 3.
There's a strong case you can make for that. I think you can make a good case.
Because if he thought he could take Kaido, why wouldn't he have gone to Wano? If he thought he could take Big Mom, why wouldn't he go to Topland? If he thought he could take Shanks, why didn't he fight him at Marineford? There was opportunities abound. And then just recently, if you want to argue all those, literally 3 chapters ago, he backed down to Rayleigh. a 78-year-old man. So fuck off with your he's top 3 bullshit. Like, you want to call him a great villain? He's a great character and a great villain.
Does that
Stop
not solely not make him top 3? Blackbeard Fruit isn't something easily counted by hockey, though.
I think he just needs top 3 strongest.
Power
But-
scaling wise.
No, that's also what I'm saying. Like, I'm not saying he's wrong. I don't necessarily think Blackbeard's the 3rd strongest. I do think I can make the case. I don't think it's a crazy case to make.
No,
If someone
I mean,
thought Blackbeard was the 3rd strongest person currently right now, I wouldn't look at them like they're crazy. I wouldn't. That's all
I
I'm
could
saying.
make the case that Rayleigh can still fucking kick the shit out of Luffy, but can
you?
I think I can.
Black
Rayleigh's had Conqueror's Hockey before Luffy was born. You really think that his Conqueror's Hockey is weak to Luffy's?
Yes.
All right, you're smoking some shit that I want to be.
Blackbeard's the kind of guy that grinds until he's over level before fighting a boss character. He ain't taking unnecessary risk. He's really me. He really me for real. 15 levels over the boss, and I'm stunned on him. I'm bullying the weak. Let's go. We in there.
Nigga bringing all helpful items.
Listen,
Zeton, my guy, what's going on? What's up, bro?
You and I talked about this before. I think too many people sleep on the old guard.
Oh no, I don't. I'm not. I really don't have. I really don't disrespect really Sengoku and Garp. Right. I really don't.
I don't either.
I don't disrespect them. I think Blackbeard is hard to gauge because of the way that he fights. I think the way that he fights is so interesting and unique that it's hard.
Because he's conniving.
I would argue that as much as he's a Yonko, he's still like the one that I would argue is probably the easiest to beat from the standpoint of he's not like he doesn't seem untouchable the way Shanks seems or the way that Big Mom and Kaido seemed, because I really think that in that chapter with Boa, that's the first time I even seen him really block an attack. Any attack that's ever been directed at him hits him, and he takes double damage. And he gets up and he hits you with something that hurts even more. I'm like, this is so fucking raw, bro. He's on his random machete gimmick. This shit's gas.
I think you hit the nail on the head. Like, are you gonna tell 1v1 you would bet on Blackbeard over Kaido? I fucking wouldn't.
Yeah. At this point, I would.
You would?
Not back in not back in Wano when I was seeing him go crazy. Now, yes.
All right, who would you bet 1v1, no interruption, nobody else over Blackbeard? Who would you get? Who would you bet on?
Like Kaido versus Blackbeard?
No, anybody versus Blackbeard. Who you got
Who's
against
beating him?
Blackbeard?
Crocodile.
Yeah, there's my boy. Crocodile boy winning.
I actually think if Law has to fight him like kind of one-on-one and kind of fairly, I think Law's putting up an extremely good fight.
I think Law's putting up a great fight. I think, honestly, you got Shanks, you got Rayleigh, you got Garp, you got Luffy, you got Law. I think you got a lot of people 1v1. Blackbeard is not strong 1v1. He's strong because of circumstance, abilities, crew. He's got a lot going for him. I'm not saying that's bad. I'm just saying that really, like, put them in a gladiator.
You don't think he himself is actually incredibly powerful, regardless of like all the other stuff? Like he runs, he's a coward. You don't think he's actually stupid strong himself?
Exactly. Like,
I mean, no, I'm asking you. You don't actually think that? Because his physical strength is immense too. Because remember, he almost cracked Ace's neck with one hit.
I think
smacked the goofy out of his ass.
Characters.
And that was a 1v1.
Put all the characters in a gladiator arena, 1v1, no interference, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think Blackbeard comes out in the top 8. I don't think he comes out in the top 5.
I could live with that. That's not upsetting to me. That's fine. I could live with that. I'm not mad at that. I think he's higher, but because I don't think Big Mom and Kaido matter anymore. I'm comfortable putting Kid and Law above them.
All right. If you want to put him in the top 5, would you argue that he is number 5?
Possibly.
There you go. My
I'm
highest
not.
is
I don't think Blackbeard's the
about-
strongest person walking around. I don't know, cause I want to say Dragon, but I don't know what to do with that. I haven't fucking seen him do shit. I don't fucking know.
I want to say Shanks
I'm
because
just gonna wait and see. Oh yeah, I'm with the Shanks too. Shanks. Well, especially with the volume 4 billion statements that he's
I
the
wanna
fuck. He's
say-
he basically
I wanna
the
Hawk, I wanna
observation hockey killer. What the fuck?
the dude, like we got Shanks who he ran away from, and then we have the dude who said, "Yeah, I fought this man." So people sleeping on Mihawk too much. So we got Mihawk and Shanks, which I would put
Oh,
above Blackbeard.
I
big.
can't let you get away with that. People are
No,
sleeping on Mihawk. Where?
big.
So many
They
people-
are wide awake, my nigga.
No,
they
they're
are.
not.
They have not
Not.
slept. They have not slept in 72 hours. Where is the sleep?
Mihawk.
All
People
I
put
see is
Mihawk-
Mihawk wank.
people put
Where?
Mihawk below Sanji, motherfucker.
Who did?
So many people. You know how many power scaling debates get into Sanji above Mihawk, and I have to leave the chat because I'm pissed off.
I don't even know what to do with that one. Someone say Shanks.
I'm talking to the
Sanji over
wrong people,
Mihawk. I
clearly.
just gotta walk away too myself. Fair enough.
Yeah, like I walk away. I end the chat because I can't see that.
That is
Like I'm not
incredible.
talking some Zoro Sanji fucking fanboy wank off contest. I'm talking people put Mihawk below Sanji in literal.
He is Crocodile's underling now. You know, so it is what it is.
Like would you argue that Mihawk is in
Isn't what?
as in strongest fighter?
Strongest fighter.
1v1 gladiator arena would Mihawk come out in the top 10?
Oh yeah,
Top
easily.
2 and he ain't 2.
Easily. I think I almost want to put him between that gap of like kind of maybe that gap. I kind of want to put him like I guess at this point I wouldn't be shocked if he was truly strong enough to fight someone like Kaido, like
Yeah.
kind of to a T. In my head, I still don't see it. Like I still think Kaido would have beat him at the very least. Kind of,
Sure.
but I'm kind of using something a Marineford statement for when he kind of slashed at Whitebeard. But I could be overplaying that in my mind a little too much. Mihawk and a lot of characters that Oda has decided to just hide and withhold until the end of the series. I actually think they're really hard to gauge. I really do. I think
Well-
most things that people like hold on to and talk about whatever are just really. I'm not mad at it. It's more like confirmation bias, and because you rock with this person, you look for the evidence that like makes them look good, and I'm okay with that. But I don't I don't have a horse in this race because my favorite character was never necessarily the strongest. So when people are having these conversations, it's not like, oh, my favorite Garp is like, I don't care, like, cause it's kind of like the GOAT debate for like basketball.
Wait a
Jordan
minute.
nor LeBron are my favorite basketball players, so I don't have a dog in this race. So I don't really care what you think. I just care that you kind of make sense.
Yeah, but your favorite character is the goat, so that doesn't count. Your favorite character is Crocodile. So
There you go. Sleeping on Mihawk,
Yeah,
they just got
we
8
got
hours
the
of full
goat
sleep. They're
in
wide
the-
awake, and there you go.
we got the Michael Jordan of One Piece, so we're good.
But
Ooh,
last
that man
chapter,
in the straw hat.
Yeah, no, I actually I said is like LeBron, and I'm like, nah, Michael Jordan. No, I had to dig that.
Kobe, and Kobe. All right. I'm tired. You guys, anything you guys want to say? Want to talk about?
Come sub to my channel. I'm at $8.99.
There you go. I'm gonna make sure to talk about Discord and stuff. But there's something this one was I think there's something about One Piece I wanted to say about the melody thing. I stand by that. Oh, and by the way, I saw an argument a little bit in one of my in what I said was almost like Oda does not represent trans people or whatever. I'm gonna be very real with y'all. Oda does not care about that shit. I need y'all to start learning that the shit that you pretend to care about half the time, not every place in the world gives a flying fuck about it. They reject it, they rebuke it. It's not a part of their religion, culture, traditions, geography, environment, ecosystem, none of that. Just because you believe some shit over here does not mean across the world they gotta believe that shit, and that's okay. Let them live their life their way. I'm so tired of that shit. Um. Anyways, that just I thought that was a weird argument, like because I guess anytime they see like gender swap stuff or whatever, they're like trans representation, and I'm like, bro, what are you guys talking about? It's just a quick little gag. And I really truly believe that Oda had a terrible play on word he wanted to use with my lady, right? My lady and maladie in French, which means sickness. And that's the reason why he had the little girl disease or gender swap disease. That's it. I literally just think he wanted to use that stupid ass pun, play on words. It's the only reason why I think he did it because it was so fleeting. But also, I guess to draw gender bent law, which is was an SBS, and also to show the hockey flex out of whatever, which I still think is probably going to cause some problems moving forward. I don't think that was a. I don't know how I feel about that moment yet, but remains to be seen. So
Agreed.
yeah. Anyways, everyone be safe. I'll be out. Enjoy the weekend. Shake your ass. Touch a grass. Press a button. Read a word. You know what I'm saying? Bye.